much. We would not kickstart this event without acknowledging the author and the finisher of our faith. But before we do that, it looks like we're all cold. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, "Hi, neighbor." Are they responding to you? Do you want to change seats? Say, "Hi, neighbor. Good morning." Now, I want you to pass a compliment to your neighbor. Say, "You look good. You look beautiful." Are they responding? All right, thank you very much. So I would please respectfully ask us to please rise on our feet this morning as we start this event with the opening prayer. Please let's rise on our feet this morning. Thank you very much. We're going to start with the welcome, sir. You can please take your seat. Thank you so much. No, keep the applause going. I've not told you to stop. All right. And the next person we would invite on stage would be, in absentia, Reverend Dotun Adejumo. Please put your hands together. All right. And lastly, we also honor the presence in absentia of Dr. Sumisma. Please put your hands together. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so, all right, so we have more names to welcome, so we have more clappings to do. Please help me welcome Professor Deji, okay? Which you already welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Help me welcome Professor Bayo Emmanuel.
Turn it up.
You need to clap well, Futarians. Put your beautiful hands together.
Okay.
You're welcome, sir. We're glad to have you in our midst. Also, you would please, with a royal applause, help me welcome Dr. Yetunde Olagbuji to the front seat. You're welcome, ma. We're glad to have you here. And the last but not the least, we welcome our resplendent convener for this beautiful event, Coach Temitope Momo. Put your hands together.
Turn it up.
And yes, there is a popular adage that says that behind a beautiful woman, there is a man backing that beautiful woman up. So with that same magnitude of honor, please help me welcome Prince Femi Momo, the husband to our beautiful convener this morning. Can you feel the energy? Put your hands together. You're welcome, sir. You can tell that daddy is so energetic already. Did you see that? All right. Thank you very much. This event promises to be absolutely transforming and beautiful and highly impactful. So I want to encourage you to please get set to be impacted. There is so much fire that is going to be rained down in this room tonight. So let's do the energy check again. Are you ready? Okay. All right, thank you very much. Once again, we would rise to our feet as we take the national anthem. Please let's rise to our beautiful feet as we take the national anthem together. This is the part where so many people will be exposed. Those of you that don't know that new national anthem. All right, DJ, please give us the sound as we recite the national anthem. Thank you very much.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Okay.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together. You can please have your seats. Okay, our convener has insisted that Dr. Olagbuji Yetunde please comes to the front row. Please put your hands together. We don't stop clapping until she sits now. Futarians, come on. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. DJ, thank you. All right. So once... DJ, thank you. Please put your hands together for the DJ. It's like you were paid extra for this event. It's okay. Let me tell him it's okay. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to officially welcome you all to Transformation 5.0 themed Move. Everybody scream. I want you to scream, move. Are you ready to move today? All right, so I'm going to be addressing you all in this room as movers. So when I say movers, make some noise, you know that I'm referring to you. So let's test that. Movers, make some noise. Let's make it louder. Movers, make some noise.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Thank you very much. All right, all protocols duly observed. To the Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Technology, Akure, and all principal officers of this great institution present with us today, to our esteemed convener, Coach Temitope Momo, and to our distinguished keynote speakers and main speaker, to all of our partners as Asor Culture International Initiative, I want to say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome and good morning. I said, good morning. All right. And to the real reason we're in this room, to the hundreds of you amazing Futarians seated in this room, I want to also say welcome to you all. I beg your pardon, please. They want to move me to that side. All right. So I want to say welcome to you all, because when I look into the room this morning, all I see are young leaders. I see movers. I see shakers. I see the young people that the world is waiting for. You all are so welcome to this beautiful room this morning. My name is Oyinlola Onotade, and I have the absolute honor, like I said earlier, to be the MC of this beautiful and prestigious event this morning. Now, I'll quickly say this. Transformation Conference wasn't organized to be another conference that you attend and forget. Transformation Conference is that conference put together to inspire you and to ignite the already burning fire inside of you. So this morning is going to be that landmark day you would never forget, because what has been put together to cause you to emerge as a giant that you are. So once again, I would ask you, are you ready for this transformation this morning? Can we make it louder? Are you ready for this transformation this morning? Thank you very much. Right about now, I will be inviting, pardon me, I'll be inviting the convener of this beautiful vision. However, I would like to quickly say something before she comes on stage. You see, every movement, every transformation that we've ever witnessed in our generation has not just a name on it, but a visionary behind it. Revolutions do not just happen by happenstance. Revolutions are orchestrated by intentional individuals who see a problem and decide to be a solution to that problem. And that's why this morning we are gathered because a woman saw a prevalent problem in the society, and she decided to respond to that problem by becoming the visionary of this great movement. So with great honor, ladies and gentlemen, I would respectfully request that we rise on our feet as we bring to this stage and this platform our convener. Can we please rise on our feet? We will not be tired. We're movers, right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, with your hands, with your applause, and with beautiful smiles on your faces, please put your hands together as we welcome the ever gorgeous, ever beautiful, always resplendent, a woman of vision, a woman of resplendent grace, a woman of unshakable vision. Please join me to welcome Coach Temitope Momo. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome, ma'am.
It's yeah. Them say the blessing where you do. Them say salvation where you do.
Thank you so much. Great Futarians. Please, let's have a seat. Thank you so much. Please don't be surprised that I'm also a Futarian. Okay, once again, I say welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for your time. Quickly, I will not take your time. I have with me here written a short address for this great event. Distinguished guests, respected resource persons, members of the academic community, industry leaders, partners, mentors, ladies and gentlemen, and most especially, most importantly, our amazing young people, the Futerian. Please, can you just give it a shout? I say, welcome to Transformation 5.0. Yeah. Thank you so much. It is with profound gratitude to God and great excitement that I stand before you today as we gather for this 5th edition of this annual Transformation Conference organized by Asor Culture International Initiative. 5 years ago, we began this journey, just like she said. 5 years ago, we started. However, we have been running the race. The journey began years back, almost 2 decades. But in the last 5 years, we gave it this name, Transformation. It was so simple, yet powerful. When young people discover their purpose, embrace godly values, and commit themselves to continuous growth, they become catalysts for transformation in society. Today, as we gather in this prestigious institution, we are reminded that the vision is not only alive but stronger than ever. I want to quickly tell you about my journey. The reason for this event, the reason for transformation, the reason for the message of purpose. As I welcome you today, permit me to share a little of my personal journey. I was not born into influence or privilege. I came from a humble background and experienced seasons of rejections, disappointment, and limitation. I experienced so many and numerous unpleasant things. I documented this in my book, Purpose in Rejection, for those of you that have laid a hand on it or you may wish to get it. There were moments when life seems to say no, when opportunities appear closed, and when my background seems to determine my future. However, I discovered a life-changing truth. Your background is only your starting point. It is never your destination. God specializes in turning rejection into redirection, pains into purpose, obstacle into opportunities, and painful stories into stepping stone to greatness. Everything people once considered a disadvantage has become part of the testimony I shared today. Every step of faith I took despite fear and uncertainty, they became another step towards purpose. Looking back, I can confidently say that my life changed the moment I decided to move. The moment I decided to get out of the stories I've been told. The moment I decided to move out of the limitations the community, society, limiting beliefs placed on me. Had I remained where rejection placed me, I would never have arrived where purpose has brought me today. Why move? That is why this year's theme, Move, the Future Awave Movers, is deeply personal to me. The future does not wait for the comfortable. The future or the indecisive, the future did never wait for them. It belongs to those who dare to move, to those who take personal responsibility, embrace growth, pursue purpose, and act on their convictions. Movement is more than physical activities. It is a decision to growth, to believe, to take action, and to become everything God has created you to be. I want to personally appreciate the Asor Culture team. On behalf of the Asor Culture International Initiative, And I express my heartfelt appreciation to the Vice Chancellor and the management of the Federal University of Technology, Akure. We were with her this morning. For those of you who were there, they can testify it was a wonderful, I called it pre-conference outing. In fact, it was a complete conference. We had a wonderful session with her. We are deeply grateful for your commitment to youth development, academic excellence, and transformational leadership. We also sincerely appreciate the Department of Quantity Surveying, our partner. Can somebody just help me to clap at this point? Also our sponsors, our facilitators, volunteers, and every individual whose dedication and support have made this Transformation 5.0 a reality. I want to say thank you. May God richly reward you all in Jesus' name. I want to quickly highlight 7 reasons your generation must move. Everybody say move. Today, I want to challenge every young person here with 7 compelling reasons why you should move. You must move because time does not wait. How many of you understand that time does not wait? In the next 15, 20 years, my makeup may not be as beautiful as this again. Definitely you know now. Time will be speaking. The Bible says chance and time happening to them. Then time will be speaking. Every day you postpone purpose is a day you can never recover. The best time to become the best God created you to be is now. Second reason, move because potential without action is wasted. Talent alone is not enough. Dreams alone are not enough. Vision without action remain only what? Imagination. The third reason, move because the world awaits value creators. This generation belongs to problem solvers, innovators, builders, and creators, not spectators. Another reason why you should move. Move because fear has destroyed many dreams. Fisher never witnessed them. Fisher teaches valuable lessons, but fear keeps people trapped. Refuse to allow fear to determine your future. Move. Another reason why we should move. Move because opportunity follow preparations and actions. Doors will be open for those who moved. Movement creates momentum, and momentum attracts what? Opportunities. Sixth reason why you should move. Move because leader requires what? Responsibility. And we are here this morning to talk to leaders. We are here this morning to talk to builders. We are here this morning to talk to what? Renovators. Move because leadership requires responsibility. Our nation and our world desperately need you, young people who are willing to rise, serve, build, and lead with integrity. And finally, I want you to move because your future is waiting for the decision you make today. For those of you who are close to me, who have attended most of my classes, I tell you that you are the number 1 beneficiary of the outcome of your life. Every move you are making today, the first person to enjoy the result is you. You are the first person to enjoy it. The person who becomes tomorrow is determined by the steps you choose to take today. So, dear young ones, never allow where you start to determine where you will finish. Never allow rejection to convince you that you are not good enough or tell you that you have been rejected by God. No. Never allow your present circumstances to imprison your future. No. Move. If God could take someone from a humble background like me, transform into purpose, and turn painful experience into testimonies, then he can certainly do the same for you. But there is one condition. You must take the first step. So you must move. How many people are ready to move this morning? So you must what? You must move. So as we commence Transformation 5.0 today, I encourage you to listen intentionally. I say intentionally. By the grace of God, we have been able to put together this program intentionally. Be intentional about every step we're taking, the resource persons that are coming, They are people of testimonies and integrity. So don't waste any moment. It's a time for you. I encourage you to listen intentionally, participate actively, build meaningful relationship, ask thoughtful questions, and commit yourself to taking action. Do not leave the auditorium the same way you came. I believe that years from now, many of you will look back on this and testify that Transformation 5.0 was one of the defining moments that changed the trajectory of my life. So as I close, once again, welcome to Transformation 5.0. May this conference inspire you to dream bigger, believe deeper, and be courageous, and move confidently in the future God has prepared for you. Because the future what? The future what? Await the movers. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Let's give the applause up, please. That was profound. Thank you very much, Coach Temitope Momo. Thank you so much, DJ. You see, every time I look at, I call her mommy because that's my mentor, by the way. Please help me celebrate her once again. But for formality's sake, every time I look at Coach Temitope Momo, I just see a woman who combines elegance and fire. You know when you put elegance and fire together, they're not supposed to be able to stay together, right? But this one aligns perfectly. Can you see how ravishing and beautiful she looks? Come on, celebrate. Put your hands together. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that beautiful and highly profound opening address. All right, so right about now, we're about to move into one of the most interesting, because there are a lot of interesting parts of this conference, but one of the most interesting parts of this conference. I have heard so many stories about conferences. I have heard how some people attend conferences, and just by saying hi to someone seated beside them, they meet their future mentor or their future business partner, or sometimes their future partner in marriage. Praise God. So this morning, we want to have a brief networking session, and I have an assignment for you. We're not going to do it randomly. There is a rule to the game. In the next 5 minutes, I want you to walk up to 2 people. You're going to meet 2 people, maybe by your left or by your right. You're going to ask them 3 questions. Question 1, what is your name? So I'll randomly call out 2 people to come and tell me who they met, so you better learn the name. Question 2, what are you passionate about? And question 3, what is your shoe size? Yes. So meet 2 people in 5 minutes, ask them their names, what they are passionate about, and their shoe size. I will randomly call 2 people to tell me who they met. Let the networking session begin now. Thank you very much. Your time starts now. Meet someone by your side. Ask them what their name is. So you guys can talk like this, and you have been forming since. Please ensure that you maximize your 5 minutes. Ask them for their shoe size. Be very intentional about that question. You can stand up, you can move around. You don't have to be strapped to your seat.
Tó bá lè fẹ̀mí ọmọ rẹ̀ nìkan ṣoṣo rúbọ torí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi o. Mélòó mélòó lohun tí mo nílò tí ò lè ṣe. Ẹ̀bùn tìsọ́tọmọ ni mo ní kì máa ń ṣe ẹ̀mí ẹ̀rù láti ṣẹ̀rù.
We have 3 minutes more. Please ensure that you maximize the 3 minutes that you have.
Ìyàwó Dansaki lára mi ò bàbá mi lè ṣe jókòó tí mo lérò tàbí tí mo lè béèrè lọ torí mo gbẹ́kẹ̀ mi lé èmi tí já ṣe lọ.
Alright, we have 1 minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds to go. Alright, we have 10 seconds to go. You can now begin to return to your seats. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. There was so much joy in my heart when I began to see smiles on our faces. And you guys were forming before as if in this school you don't used to talk. Only for me to start seeing smiles. Interesting. Okay, so I'll randomly walk up to 2 people and I'll let them share with us who they met and what that person's shoe size is. And they will confirm to me, so you can't lie to me. Okay? That lady, that fair, yes, you. Yes, please come up. Please put your hands together for her. And I'd also have you, sir. Please come upstage. Put your hands together for you. You need to encourage them. Put your hands together. Thank you very much. So you tell us what your name is, who you met. Now, the person that you met will have to wave their hands and confirm that everything you have told us is the truth. Are you ready? All right.
Good morning. My name is Onyade. So I met with Ayobami. So he said he's passionate about his business and his shoe size is 43.
Thank you so much. Oyin, thank you very much. All right.
Thank you very much. My name is Adewale Ayomide. I met two interesting people. The first person is Mr. Prosper. So he's interested in building stuff, building tech. So yeah, 45 size, yeah. And I met another interesting woman, and her name is Engineer Ayoni Fumilayo. So she's interested in impacting people's life positively. So that's beautiful. I really love that. And then her shoe size is 41. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That was quite interesting, right? All right. Okay. We're about to step into a really critical session right now. This is the part where you sit on your seat well so that when the value starts to fly up and down, you don't fall by the wind of value. Is that possible? All right, so before I invite the first keynote speaker to this prestigious platform, I would like to recognize the presence of the Student Union government. They walked in during the networking session. Could you please put your hands together for them? Okay, so we have, as I call the names, you please, don't you guys like your SUG people? Clap for them now. All right, so put your hands together as I welcome Honorable Lawal Olumide. Put your hands together. Okay. Honorable Lawal Olumide Emmanuel, Speaker of the FUTA SUG. Please put your hands together for them. We're happy to have you in our midst. Thank you very much for joining us. All right. The room is quiet. I can see that we're ready. I'm about to invite on this noble platform the distinguished presence of our keynote speaker. I did a little research about him, and I kept seeing first class first. I'm like, hey, God, I beg. This man apparently is full of so much wisdom, and I believe you all can attest to that fact. So before I invite him on stage, I would please allow media to play out his citation before we bring him on stage with a round of applause. Media, please. Are we having fun, by the way? We're having fun, right? Okay, let's do another energy check. Greatest Futarians! Can we have it louder? I want this foundation to shake. They are like, you are always doing that one. Greatest Futarians! Greatest Bobo! Where are the SUG? You guys are the ones that are always championing this. You guys are too gentle for my liking. Greatest Bobo! Greatest Bagba! All right, thank you very much, and thank you so much for your patience so far. Do we have the sound now, media? Not yet. Do you want to meet another person by our right?
Oh my God, ọkàn mi kọrin, kó kọrin ọpẹ́.
Media, you are not doing us well. But while that is going on, I will just invite one more person to share with me who they met and their shoe size again. So we are back to that networking session. And do I have a volunteer? Are you raising your hand? Okay. Okay, please come. Please put your hands together for her. She literally raised her hand from the back. Please celebrate her. Put her hands together. You're going to tell us who you met, what they are passionate about, and their shoe size. And you tell us your name as well. Thank you.
My name is Moyonolo Emanuela Adeosi. I met Daramola Ayomide. She said she's passionate about reading books and her shoe size is 38. And I met Ipimoye Faith. She said she likes watching movies and all of that, and her shoe size is 39. Thank you.
Look at that smile. Very beautiful smile. Please put your hands together for her. Let's keep clapping. Let's keep clapping. Let's keep clapping. Now, the question is about to change. I would like to invite two more people to this stage to tell me what are your expectations for this conference. I mean, you all left your beautiful homes looking really beautiful and handsome. What are your expectations for this conference? Can we have any volunteer? Oh, SUG. Please put your hands together for one of our SUG members.
Plus,
I need one more
currently
person,
serves
please.
as the team lead. With research
All right.
interests in
Please come
sustainable
forward, put your hands
Nigerian
together for them.
environment,
So
he won the
you
Best
tell us your
Researcher
name
Award
and what are your
at the
expectations for this
2023
conference.
and 2025 Excellence and
Okay,
Productivity Award.
Good day, everyone. My name is Enyogai Michael DK. I'm a 300 level student of Project Management Technology. So when the program was sent to our SRC group, I saw the word transformation and then move. So those two areas was like, what are we transforming to, and we're like, where are we moving to? So even this morning, when I was about to prepare, I wasn't really feeling like, oh, that I want to come. I was like, oh, they said transformation and moving that. I would like to come and see what they want us to transform into, and like maybe a particular phase when like they want us to move into. So I'm kind of expecting so much of where we are, what we are transforming to. If we can really transform into what you guys have for us, and if we can actually move into what you guys have for us as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a lot for you, by the way. Just sit and you'll be so impacted. Look, the last person before we move into a citation. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minola. So my expectations are, well, my name is Merit Patrick. And my expectations are handling challenges in transformation. Because one of the things that prevent people from transforming is fear. It's problems. It's easy to say than do. So it's going to be even if it's not discussed, I will ask the question. So I'm already telling you now that how do you handle that difficulty in being bold? Holding this event is already a bold move, in my opinion. So how do you break out of the shell? That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And trust me, our speakers are ready. For all your questions, bring them to the table. Our speakers are so ready. Okay, so now we have our citation ready. Please let's attentively listen to the citation of our speaker. Thank you very much. Media, please.
Ayodeji Emmanuel Oke has over 18 years of teaching and research experience in higher institutions of learning across the world. He obtained his first degree with a first-class honors and completed his master's and PhD degrees in quantity surveying. He is a professor of sustainable and digital built environment and head of the quantity surveying department, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria. He is also an associate director at the Institution Center for Research and Development, SERAD. He founded the research group on Sustainable Infrastructure Management Plus and currently serves as the team lead. With research interests in sustainable and digital built environment, he won the Best Researcher Award at the 2023 and 2025 Excellence and Productivity Awards ceremony at FUTA. Following his recognition as the best lecturer in 2021 with more than 500 publications, he is among the top 2% most cited scientists in the world since 2023.
Somebody scream capacity. Can you make it louder? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me with a round of applause to welcome to this noble stage the presence of Professor Okay. You're welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for celebrating me. Thank you for clapping for me. I appreciate that. And of course, while we are preparing to project from the end of the media, I want to use this medium to appreciate the organizer of this program and bringing it to FUTA at this particular point in time, making it available to us. I'm sure it's not just about the students, it's actually about each and every one of us coming to learn together. Okay, so they are Coach Temitoke Momo. You know, I met her more than 18 years ago, and we have always been together. And it's a privilege for me to come here this afternoon to actually present this. And before I go ahead as well, let me also appreciate my lecturer. You know, he taught me while I was in school. And anytime I see him, I'm talking of Professor Emmanuel. Anytime I see him, I just remember that URP 102 long ago. And you know, his humility is something I cherish so much. Thank you very much, sir. And to others on the high table, as well as our CSO, you're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. And great Futarian. Great Futarian. Okay? So I have just a few minutes, and my assignment is simple. Mine is to actually introduce the team. Okay? We still have speakers that will be talking to us about the main thing. So if I spend a few minutes, please you should understand that it's because I'm just to introduce what we are supposed to do as far as today is concerned. Yes, so we are looking at move, the future awaits the movers. Yeah, and I start by saying your future is not found, it's actually built. So you are still waiting to find the future. I can tell you, you will never find it anywhere because it's not kept anywhere. You don't find it, you build it, okay? I don't know, is there a way I can control the slide? No, I will always be telling you. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so that's my detail. My Ayodeji Emmanuel Okay, and now with Department of Quantity Surveying here in FUTA. So there are three questions. There are three questions I would like to ask. Okay? Okay, because you know the way I prepared is supposed to come one after the other. But it's fine. Yeah, so just to you know, ginger us and prepare our mind towards what we want to learn as far as today is concerned. So let's look at the first question together. I call it the reaction test. So are you actively preparing for the disruption in your industry? Are you hoping that things stays exactly the same? The fact remains that the generation we find ourselves, you know, I do a lot of research in our industrial revolution, okay? And over time, I've been tracing the history of industrial revolution. When we had the industry 1.0, when people started talking about mass production and the rest of them, you know, the years it took before we moved from industry 0 to 1.0 was a very long year, okay? From 1 to 2, 2 to 3, we talked about the internet age. Then the fourth revolution, that's the age we are, digital age, right? digital age. Okay? But it only took us about 20 to 30 years to move from the third revolution to the fourth revolution. And the fact remains that at this point, okay. Okay, I think this is fine. Thank you very much for this. Yeah, so are you actively preparing for the disruption? The fact remains that there will always be disruption. Things will never remain the same. So in my industry, the question, what am I doing to prepare for that disruption? Because it will surely come on me. Okay? Then we go to the second question, the ownership question. So I know we are studying to get degree, to get certificates. So imagine you strip yourself of your university degree, that you don't have that degree with you. What practical or real-world value can you offer to the market today? Aside from your degree, people ask you, forget about the fact that I have a first class in quantity surveying and the rest of them. So is there anything you can actually contribute aside from what you are holding, your certificate? Then the third one, what is the single project you have designed, built or led outside of the classroom in the last 6 months? Now I wanted to say 1 year, but I just felt 6 months is actually a good time. So have you led any project? Have you done anything outside of the classroom? Outside of the assignments we always give you? Outside of the classwork? Outside of the test? Preparing for examination? Have you thought about anything in the last 6 months? A project that have actually led and what has been the output? So what are you waiting for? The fact remains that there are always common roadblocks. You know, people wait for perfect opportunity. I'm waiting for the perfect time. Maybe by the time I finish school, or during my NYSC, there's always us waiting for that particular perfect time. Then sometimes people wait for more capital or resources. When I have enough money, I'm able to get so much around me, then I can move. Sometimes it's endless knowledge gathering. I'm still gathering knowledge. What I have is not enough. Let me gather more. Let me gather more, okay? And sometimes it's actually about elite networks and connection. I'm still waiting to get connected to some people. There are people I'm looking forward to, and I've not met them. Because of that, I cannot move. But the fact remains that the most successful individuals, they launch their journeys long before they felt ready. If you wait until you are ready, you will never launch, you will never move. Go and ask and read books about successful individuals. They actually launched themselves long before they were ready. Dangote will tell us how his uncle actually helped him. He was not ready then, but today we heard about him here and there, okay? So, and we should know that motion creates dynamic momentum, so do not wait. It's by the time you start moving that we start getting all of that. So, and the world is moving very fast. I like the second speaker talked about is expectation. Okay? The fact remains that there are so many things happening around us at the same time. You know, I tell people, I do a lot of research. I enjoy doing research. Once you have an idea, just make sure you quickly go into it and execute it. Before you know, just check ResearchGate online. In the next 6 months, you just start seeing publications in that area. That means your idea is obsolete. If you are not acting immediately, you can be sure that people are actually acting in other places, okay? So imagine technology, AI, remote system, automation. These are the things that are transforming our work. We also talked about the fact remains that the world has become a global village. From the industry 3.0, when internet came in, we call it jet age, the world became a global village, okay? So there's digital economy that enables borderless competition. So it's not as if I'm competing with my colleagues in Akure. You are not just competing with your colleagues in Nigeria. You're actually competing with everybody around the world. If you want to apply for scholarship, funding out there, it's actually a general thing. So people don't expect you to compete just within your classroom. You should be thinking beyond the border. Then the threat. The fact remains that if you choose to stand still, someone else is taking action. And the future favors instant movers. That was the example I gave the other time. Instantly, when you think about it, please start acting. The moment you want to procrastinate or wait, before you know, someone is actually doing it out there. And the biggest enemy is the comfort zone. And comfort will tell you tomorrow, let's wait, we'll do it tomorrow. Later, we will do it. I need more time. I am simply not ready yet. I still want to put some things together. Okay? And these are traps that can actually trap people forever. But a growth mindset will say that, is immediate action. I will start now with what I have and where I am. Okay? Let me start little. Let me start small. It's better than waiting for that big thing that will never come. Okay? Yeah. So, excuse me. So, before now, I said the world is changing. When we were growing up, it's actually more about dreamers. It's actually, they will tell you dream big, dream higher, have good ideas. Ideas rule the world and the rest of them. But the fact remains that ideas that will rule the world must be put into action. Okay? So if you just dream and you remain at level of dreamers, it's just going to be about wish and, despondency. You are waiting for safety. You complain and you retreat. That's what dreamers do. And of course, fear, and you avoid it because you are still dreaming. But a mover, we what? We work at it. We actually make efforts. We act with courage. Because that doesn't mean discouragement will not come. That's just the truth. But you must act with courage. Then you create alternative pathways. When things are not working one way, a mover will not stop. A mover will find alternatives. There are 1,001 ways to actually get something done. So I will not continue to think about a particular direction. I will move towards the other way. Then a mover will learn and iterate quickly. Okay? Iteration, we were taught that in mathematics. Okay? When it's not working this way, before you can generate 1,000 iterations at the same time and you see which one is the best alternative. So a mover actually works in that direction. Oh, sorry, please. What did I press? My computer. I pressed my computer. Okay, so I think, where are we? Okay, yes, we are here. Thank you. So move, my own acronym anyway. Okay, I know different acronyms can come from different points, but I just felt I should come up with something because I'm speaking with youth, and we always like to have meaning for each thing. Okay, so M has to do with mindset. You must radically believe that exponential intellectual and skill growth is highly possible. Your mindset must change. It must change from now. I must just believe that I can actually do it. If others are doing it, I can do it as well. Then you should know and train your senses to proactively spot and systematically engineer new entry. There are opportunities out there, a lot of them. Then you must obsess over building practical, complex skills that solve structural real-world problems. And of course, the most important part, execution. You don't just stop at knowing, generating ideas. You must also be willing to execute your ideas. Okay? What are the skills needed? Baseline art skills. Growing up, we were taught soft skills, art skills, and the rest of them. We need all of these skills to actually move. You need art skills, okay? Software, proficiency, and the rest of them. At this point, I will not expect anybody will be in this zone and not be complete. I will not expect that. Okay, I will not expect you want to do something online and you are still going to meet somebody to help you to press one key and all of that. I will not expect that. You are not actually ready if you are still in that category. AI literacy comes in. If I ask, I know a lot of us, we are used to Meta AI, cloud, and the rest of them. Okay? You should ask yourself because the fact remains that every day, new stuffs are coming up. Okay? For us in research, the other time I was talking about particular AI, somebody was like, have you heard about this? Google Notebook LM. And I think they have renamed it to Gemini Notebook LM now, and all of that. And it does wonders. Okay? It does wonders. And I'm saying it is doing wonders. Now you can share in the next maybe 2 or 3 months. There will be something new and something better. So I must have that knowledge of AI. Then the 4C of soft skill, critical thinking comes in. I must be ready to communicate, collaboration, and creativity. And allow me to dwell a little on collaboration. Yes, the world has become a global village. But many of us are taking advantage of that opportunity that is actually available to us. People actually ask me, how are you able to write so much? How are you able to have so much publications and the rest? Of course, we always say God factor whenever you want to respond. So people will not think you are proud. You say it's God. But the fact remains that what has actually helped me really is collaboration. I have people I have not met. I think I was telling somebody today. There is a guy in Egypt. He's an Egyptian, but at that time, not in the Bible, not teaching of the Bible. Nearly I mentioned that. My mind just flashed back to Egypt in the Bible. Okay, but it's from Egypt. He was then doing his PhD in Malaysia. I'm talking about almost 10 years ago. He just then because he was doing something in my area, so he saw one of my publications. Like, okay, can you just help me to read through my PhD work? That was where we started from. Today, we have more than 50 publications together. And I've not seen him one-on-one. We had about 3 books together, like that. So, collaboration was coming. You can't do things alone. Okay? So if people ask how many publications do you have, and I tell you I have 500, nobody will ask me, how many are really your own? How many did you write from the beginning to the end? How many were you the first author? How many? In all those questions, nobody wants to ask anymore. The most important thing is what? I have that particular number, and it actually stems from collaboration. The fact remains that we can't make it in life if you want to stand alone. They will tell you if you want to walk fast, what do? Walk alone. But if you want to walk far, please work with people. And thank God you have people around you, your classmates, your roommates, your friends in places, in your fellowship, in your church. Collaboration is very key. Then behavioral pillars, nurturing professional standards, active personal accountability. I mean, these are things we need to start learning from now. Okay? Let me just rush because I still have a few slides to complete. So you must avoid flashy wardrobe pieces at this point in time. This is not the time to build wardrobe. That time will come. I want to buy the latest set of clothes, latest set of this. That time will come. You'll even be tired. People will dash you. You wear one in a year. You never even remember you still have it. That time will surely come. Then, of course, chasing overpriced hardware upgrades. There is a guy I engaged. And when I paid him the first salary, the first thing he did was to go and buy headsets. And I was shocked that how will you headsets, you want to listen to music and all of that. Like, how will you collect your first salary and the first thing you are thinking about? That means you don't have plan. You don't have what to invest with your money. So those are not things we should be looking into. Yeah. So there are future-ready skills. Persuasive communication. These are things you can actually learn on your own. How do I meet somebody within a minute and you are persuaded to support me? By what I will tell you what I'm doing, what I'm up to in 1 minute. And you are like, oh, I will support you. I will make sure whatever you need, I'm going to do. Then problem solving comes in. I must be ready to solve problems. Adaptive leadership, digital and AI literacy. You can't be doing anything now and it's not digitalized. Nobody wants to listen to it. Your financial literacy, then strategic networking. Now, I deliberately included this, Education 5.0 revolution. I told us that currently we are in the Industry 4.0 revolution. Okay? And it cut across. For us in construction, you hear things like construction 4.0. Manufacturing, you hear things like manufacturing 4.0 and all of that, telling us that we are in the digital age. But the fact remains that we are rapidly moving to the 5th revolution. And what is that? That's placing humanity at the center of innovation. Currently, machine is at the center of our innovation. That's why I talked about robotics, humanoids, and the rest of them. But we are moving to that point where humanity becomes the center of our innovation. So what I've done is just to bring the difference between Industry 4.0 as well as Society 5.0 paradigm. So at this point, we expect human resources position at the center of the control. Then you use AI, IoT, big data, because data are increasing. That's why we call it big data. The more data we have, even from our little knowledge, the more data you have, the more analysis you can do. The better you can do, rather, the better your results when you are doing all those analyses. Then technology functions, of course, as an agile collaborative partner. AI-driven personality also comes in. Now, there are some resources available to us, even as youths. I don't know how many of us have heard about 3MTT. Maybe I should do a simple... how many of us have heard about 3MTT? So how many of us went for it? Okay, only 2. So if you have to take a percentage, 2 out of the entire members of this that's like what? Maybe it's not even up to 1%. Okay? Yeah. So we call it 3 Million Technical Talent Program. And this is actually training youths like yourself. So you can actually go into it. We have tertiary student loans. And it's in this part of the world, people will be suffering. They are not able to pay their school fees. And yet, government makes loans available. And they will tell you, I don't want to jeopardize my future. That mentality that once you borrow money, you are borrowing your future and all of that. Well, you can take advantage of all these loans available to you. There's also what we call Nigerian Youth Academy. You can search for this online, join. And they have different subgroups. They have the tech group, engineering group, construction groups, and the rest of them. Okay? Now, skill transformation matrix. I just put this one here so that we understand that as individuals, if you are still at the point of standard academic model, you are not yet a mover. When it comes to problem solving, you are still trying to memorize your role. You are still trying to standardize testing. You are just a standard academic model. You must move. And if you must move, you must start design thinking and case solution. There are problems around us. The question is, how do I solve them? And those are people ruling our world. Go and check. They are problem solvers. Okay, sometimes ago, one of our students designed something very simple. And what was it? An app. For those of you that want to, maybe you don't know where to keep your loads after school. He designed an app that you just log in, you tell him the size of your load and all of that. He comes and pick your load for you at a price. He got a space and he kept them there. You come back after, when you resume, through that app, you identify your load, you go back and pick your app, and he makes his money. As simple as that. It's because he saw that a lot of you, by the time you are leaving school, you are thinking, where do I drop my load? Will I carry everything home? Does that mean I'm going to bring everything back when I'm returning? And he did that. As simple as that. He saw a problem and was able to provide a solution to that. Then, I also want to dwell a little on this social focus. I like doing things myself. I just don't like mixing with people. I like it when I'm able to do it all alone. If you're isolated, I can assure you that you are just a standard academic model. But if you must move, we are talking about collective impact. That's where it starts from. We must move together. Yeah, there is this power of small action. I saw it and they call it 37.8x. And when I saw it, I was surprised that if by dedicating effort to your hands, your expertise, by just 1% daily, just 1% every day, okay? Mathematician says that that's 1.01 up to or ratio 365. You know, that's 365 days in a year. That you will have moved to 37.78. You know, when the coach was talking the other time, that means it doesn't matter really where you started from. It's actually about what you are adding to yourself. And it's a daily thing. I expect that every one of us, at the end of every day, you should ask yourself, what have I learned today? What have I added to myself? What area have I improved? What have I done to myself that tomorrow I can say this one has actually been added to me? And you can be sure that small persistent habits construct extraordinary global careers over time. It will never happen in one day, but it's going to be over time. Failure is feedback, but we should know that growth demands friction. When we talk about friction, that means growth demands the fact that there will be issues, there will be challenges. Okay? But one should look beyond the challenges. You should be resilient and you should be creative. So this takes us back. The motivation gets you off the starting line. But you can be sure that consistency takes you over the finish line. A lot of us, when we attend this kind of program, we are motivated. We want to do things. It's very good to start with. But you can be sure that it is consistency in doing what you are doing that gets you towards the finish line. So I must be consistent. Do not wait to graduate. Especially for those of us that are in lower level. Maybe you are thinking, by the time I finish school, then I will start doing exploits. Don't wait until you graduate. Engineer open source work. Write public reviews. And there are lots of them available. In fact, there are papers. They will tell you, review for us. Sometimes they will pay you just $1. Just $1. But the more you write, $1 is 1,350 or thereabouts now. So if I'm able to do 10 reviews, that's what? 13,500. And before you know, I move up the ladder. You can do all of those things. You don't need to leave your room. You don't need to leave your house. Then, digital design concept. This kind of program, you can do a design for free. Send it to the organizer. Somebody will see it when they're like, oh, I like this guy. The next thing, I'm going to engage you. It starts from there, okay? Offer service on global markets. In fact, I tell people as much as possible, do volunteering job. Especially with, you know, all those big agencies, United Nations and the rest of them. Let me share a simple experience, a simple story with us. You know, when I was serving, I actually served in Lagos. And I decided to serve with UNICEF. I don't know if it's still existing. This HIV/AIDS. There's HIV/AIDS club. We go to secondary school to sensitize them about HIV/AIDS. You know, they should abstain from sex and all of those things and, you know, stuff like that. And of course, it was a UN thing. The certificate they gave us, BS UN, United Nations. There was something I actually applied for. They call it SPRI. It's actually for engineers. I'm a quantity surveyor. I'm not really an engineer, but anywhere I go, I will tell them I'm a civil engineer because that's the aspect of my area. Okay? And all of us applied. It was when I got the funding that I was told that what actually made me to get that was the fact that sometimes ago I volunteer for UN, and this is a UN-funded program. That was just it. Of course, there are other things, but you can share a lot of people met the criteria. But the fact that sometimes ago you did something for free, and now I've been rewarded. So you can volunteer for UNICEF, UN, and the rest of them. Then, monthly self-audits, as I try to round up. Am I actively expanding my knowledge base or repeating old habits? You must ask yourself questions. My knowledge, am I knowing more? I'm a quantity surveyor. I'm an engineer. Do I know anything about geography? You know, I tell people, students especially, that's why you go to the library. Sometimes you don't need to read books in your area. Go to other sections. Go and read book on, if you are from construction, go and read book on chemistry. You know, it's easier to understand books on chemistry because you are not reading to pass exam than reading books in your area. In your area, you are reading with the intention that we want to pass, and that's why you have to cram and cram and cram before the thing stick. But if you are reading in areas that are not, in your field, easily, I always tell people, sometimes, a lot of us, we read newspaper, okay? But we read newspaper like reading sake. How come 10 years after, 5 years after, when it comes to discuss what you have read, you remember. But when it comes to our books, you don't remember. What has happened? Because we are reading for two different purposes. One, because we want to pass exam. So that means there is that pressure. But the other one, you are just reading for reading sake. And I must tell us that one of the things that also enhance my research is because we do research in all areas. Okay? The world is waiting for people that are multidisciplinary. When they are talking about politics, I should be able to contribute. If it's geography, I should be able to say something. If it's chemistry, if it's politics, anything they are talking about, I should be able to say one or two things. And that is what makes me a better person. So you must increase your knowledge. Then, who am I becoming? In terms of character, is my character evolving with emotional intelligence and resilience? Then, who am I serving? This is very key. A lot of us want to become the boss. You are not ready to serve anybody. Who are you learning under? Who can say hello there and you can never say no to such a person? But you want to be at the top right from this time. It doesn't work that way. You can be sure that if you don't have a ladder and you get to the top, that's the same way you will fall. But if you have a ladder that even if you are about falling, at least there are steps before you climb again. So always get a ladder to climb. So what action are you also taking? Are you stepping out of your comfort? People are sleeping for 8 hours. When I see students sleeping 8 to 7, 8 to 8, you fix class for 8, and they tell you that we cannot wake up at that time. Lecturers are there in class, you are coming 8:30, 9 o'clock because I woke up late. And sometimes you want to send them out, but another time you consider their parents. Yes, because if you look at them, if you consider them, you will never permit them in class. How will somebody sleep all through? This is the time to actually prepare. You must step out of your comfort zone. Then, I also have the 30-day action plan, acquire one skill. This is just like summary of what I've said. Assess one mentor. The world we live in, you actually need somebody that is responsible to you. You have somebody that you are responsible to. Somebody you can actually share your body with at any point in time. You actually need it. You need a mentor. Then launch one project. Even if the project will fail, please launch it. You gather experience once you launch a project. Yeah, read books. What are we reading now? Netflix. Films. And then you watch season films, you will not sleep. Before you know, 1 week is gone. We are going on vacation very soon. What are your plans? I tell people as much as possible, don't be idle in life. As much as possible. Even when you are resting, don't be idle. Since then telling you, my break is to rest. I just want to sleep. You are idle. People like that don't make it in life. As simple as that. Add something to yourself. Of course, not that you should be working like the way you were doing when you're on campus, but by the time you can decide that a book a day, and there are so many certification courses you can take. There are some of them, they take 2 hours per day. And for 1 month, you are done. You get your certificate. Okay, people ask, how do you have that number of CV? You add all of those things there. It starts from 1 page. Before you know, it moves to 30 pages. You are packaging your CV. By the time people even see the number of pages in your CV, the respect is there already. Even though they have not seen what is there. But you are presenting your CV is just 2 pages. People wonder, that means you have not done anything. Do certification courses. Please absorb 1 book, attend 1 event, go to places, network with others. The final challenge the fact remains that the future doesn't wait for your graduation. Neither should you. I hope you understand. The future is not waiting for your graduation. In fact, that graduation, you prepare for it. But that day, once they snap picture and everything, what happened? That's it. Okay? So, the future doesn't wait for that. 5 years from now, will you wish you had initiated steps today? Or will you look back with immense gratitude because you moved? So start moving. The future is not something we enter. It is something we actively create, and step by decisive step. You create it. It's a deliberate action. Nobody will create it for you. You have to do it all by yourself. Okay? So it's your turn to move. Please let me tell somebody, it's your turn to move. It's your turn to move. So you keep your mind, connect with peers, step forward and begin, because the moment is now. Yeah. And I must say this. The future does not belong to the most naturally talented. It's better than me in that area. Yes, it can be naturally talented. You can be sure that it belongs to those who keep moving. There are so many people that are talented, and in quotes, they are useless. Why? Because talent alone will not take you far. Okay? It's just like results. I tell people it's good to finish the first class. When you want to engage people, the first thing you see is their CV, right? And their results. But that will only give you the job. By the time you get into the job, your first class will no longer be the one sustaining you. It's not about what you are doing. So talent alone is not enough. You have to move. So move. Start now and stay consistent. Let's start moving. The stage is set. It is your turn to move. Thank you very much.
Can you please continue to put your hands together for Professor Deji? Okay. Thank you so much, sir. You would agree with me that was so rich. Am I right? Was that rich? It was. And from that highly insightful session, I picked out some really profound points that I want us to continue to meditate on. Professor Deji Oke is deep. I hope you were listening, because there was a lot that was dispensed right here. And one of them is, it said that the future favors instant movers. And it's so beautiful how that deeply connects with our team for this prestigious event, Movers. So Professor Oke has encouraged us this morning to please move. Do not wait for the right time. Do not wait for the perfect time. Ensure that you move. Once again, can we put our beautiful hands together for Professor Oke? Thank you so much, sir. We are deeply grateful for that session. Thank you. All right. So after a rich session as this, it just makes sense that we lighten up a little bit. Am I right? No, you guys need to respond to me. Am I right? All right, so to lead us in that session, I am sorry I should have led this session, but I'm not a very perfect dancer. And if I lead us, we're just going to do nonsense. So let's bring up someone who can do it better to lead us. We're going to have a brief exercise and dance session this afternoon before we move on to the next keynote session. Movers, are we ready? Now I want to feel that energy better. Movers, are you ready? Thank you very much, Futa. So with a resounding round of applause, please join me to welcome on stage Oluwa Mayomide as he leads us in our exercise session this afternoon. Please put your hands together. Please. DJ, hold on.
Raise your voice and shout. Come on.
Please, I want to beg you. Don't give... Where's your face? Don't give us difficult steps. Pity some of us that cannot dance to save our lives. Is that a deal? All right, thank you very much. Over to you.
Raise your voice and shout. Come on.
I said simple steps.
road, that is I don't know. Every minimum, now in they move me, they lead me, they go. On God, mine is made up. Of course, we're going back, non-stop, on two forts. They should go, oh damn through. I'm steady revving, on the throttle, got eyes on the prize. Up and line, he come police, snatching from his hand. If I just know I really talk, I could be true. That's why I come.
That means once again, put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. You can please be beautifully seated. Thank you, DJ. My heartbeat has increased. It got to a point I couldn't understand what was going on. I just had to move to the left, to the right. Thank you so much, Oluwamayomide, for that beautiful session. Are we energized and ready for the next session? You can be louder. Are we energized and ready for the next session? All right, so this is the part we've been waiting for. However, before we move into that session, all right. So before we move into that session, we had some highly esteemed guests join us, and I would please like us to welcome them as I mentioned their names. So while Professor Deji Oke's session was going on, we had the team, Dr. Sumi Smart's team joined us in this session. Please, can we put our hands together and celebrate them? We also had the prestigious presence of Mr. Madison. Could you please put your hands together? And yes, we welcomed the noble and prestigious presence of Pastor Dotun Adejumo. Please put your hands together. Put your hands together. You can make some noise. Go ahead. All right, thank you very much. We are about to now get into the next session, and this person we're about to listen to is joining us virtually. Needs not a lot of introduction. However, we would listen to his citation so we can be ready and prepared for what is about to come upon us this afternoon. So I would like us to please move our attention towards the screen as we play out the citation of Dr. Smart Francis. Thank you very much. Media, please. Media, we're waiting on you, please. So how many...
Smart Francis is a social and serial entrepreneur with vast experience in entrepreneurship development. He has developed and initiated several programs that were implemented in different parts of Africa, geared towards the growth and development of African entrepreneurs. He studied entrepreneurship and emerging economics at Harvard University and copywriting/creative direction from AAA School of Advertising, Johannesburg, South Africa. He is the Special Advisor, Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Investment to Ondo State Governor and Chairman of the Ondo State Entrepreneurship Agency, the first entrepreneurship agency in Nigeria. Smart Francis is the founder of Africans Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the foremost entrepreneurship organization in Africa with footprints in 20 countries across the continent. He is the chairman of SSF Investment, executive creative director of Mega Minds Production, and he sits on the board of several other companies and organizations across Africa as a non-executive director. Smart Francis is the president of the world's first entrepreneurship village, which is fondly known as African Silicon Valley, an haven for great innovation, creativity, collaboration, technology, and knowledge transfer. A TEDx speaker and a board member of the Global Speakers Academy. Smart Francis is the first honorary doctor of entrepreneurship in Nigeria. He was recognized and awarded by TB University Brooklyn, USA. He is a recipient of several awards and certifications globally. Smart Francis is the president of the Global Entrepreneurship Festival, the biggest entrepreneurship event in the world, the biggest annual event that addresses the 17 SDG goals. Smart Francis is a visionary leader, continent builder, Pan-African, philanthropist, and creative enthusiast. He lives daily by his mantra that says, I am Smart Francis and I am nothing without God.
Beautiful. Please put your hands together. Before we listen to this exceptional juggernaut, it's just needful that we celebrate him like he is present in the room. So I want you to put your hands together as we listen to the video presentation of Dr. Smart. Keep the applause coming on. Keep it coming on. Keep it coming on. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Honestly, I can't believe it. I cannot believe that I am not with you guys right now. And it hurts so much. I'm sincerely speaking right now. It hurts so much. I want to first give very utmost respect and kudos to the organizer of this event, Mrs. Temitope Momo. She has booked me since last year, followed up every month, and all of a sudden, just last week, this impromptu meeting came up. A meeting that was beyond my powers that got me out of the country. But thank God for technology, because I can still pass my message across to the remarkable audience at the Transformation 5.0. Firstly, I want to start by saying sincere apologies to every one of you. And I want to commend every one of you, including the organizers of this event and also the partners of this great event. The theme for this year's event, MOVE, is a very pronounced theme. Movement is everything. Movement is everything. And I am very, very impressed about the team that was chosen for this year. And I looked at it that what can I speak to you guys about with this theme titled MOVE. I felt the best thing I can do for you guys is to give you the formula. The formula for getting things done. A topic titled the maths of execution. Because for you to move in the business world, in the entrepreneurship space, It's about execution. In my organization, in my way of life, we do not celebrate efforts. We celebrate results. And everything about this game of entrepreneurship is in execution. The world is full of people who have great ideas. And I don't want you to fall for that. Many people have great ideas. The world is not short of great ideas. The world is short of those that move to execute those ideas. And that is why I'll be giving you an equation for the team, which is the math of execution. But before we proceed, I want you to know that there's a graveyard of good intentions. You know, there is a symmetry of great ideas. People have these ideas. But what we lack is the execution, the implementers, those that move to execute these ideas. And you may wonder, why am I using mathematics? Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs in the room, maths don't lie. 2 + 2 will always be 4. Way before we were born and way after we left this earth. And that is why I strongly believe that giving you the maths of execution, the formula for getting things done, is the best topic to address this theme of today's event. Now, let us go into the formula. The formula for getting things done, it's the formula that I came about that I would love to give you guys. You know, with formula, if you are able to apply it in your life, in your business, it will give you the same results as long as you apply the formula the way it was given. So guys, are you ready for it? E, which is execution, equals C times D times V divided by R raised to power 2. Now, just say you missed it. Let me come back again. E equals C times D times V divided by R raised to power 2. So let me break it down. E stands for execution, C stands for clarity, D stands for discipline, V stands for velocity, and R is resistance. Then let's take it one by one. C, clarity is the first and one of the most important things that you must have. Entrepreneurs, most of us lack clarity of the vision and the ideas we have. Yes, we know that we want to get this business or these ideas done, but the clarity of how we are going to get it done is a big issue. Clarity is the difference when you say, I am going to become a billionaire, to I am going to make 10 calls every day to selling my product in becoming a billionaire. Clarity gives you the direct action you need to take in becoming what you need to become. You see, in this world where most of us are inspired and kind of like motivated to believing that we're going to get things done and we're going to get there without having adequate clarity, the first thing you must have to move your idea to the place of success is clarity. You have to be clear about this vision. You have to be clear about this project. You have to be clear about this idea. And most importantly, you have to be clear on what you need to do to get this idea done. Ladies and gentlemen, clarity is the first formula that you need to have. Now, let's move to the next one, D. D is discipline. Now, discipline is something you've heard very, very much, and it's something you've heard frequently. But I need to say this to you. Discipline is the boring secret of champions. It's the secret that champions even hate to do. Nobody likes to be disciplined. Everybody likes to be free. But discipline, being disciplined on your project, on your vision, helps you to move. You cannot move without being disciplined. Discipline is doing ordinary habits in an extraordinary way. So the ordinary habits, like waking up at the right time, doing your exercises, writing that book 1 page a day like you said you want to do, studying 1 page a day like you said you do, those boring daily things, those ordinary habits, doing it the extraordinary way is discipline. You know, Kobe Bryant said that before he gets to the training pitch, before him and his team gets to the training pitch, he goes there ahead of his team rather, and he has already done more than 500 shots before even they start their rehearsal. He does this every time. Now, how do you expect any other person to move bigger or better than Kobe Bryant? Discipline is taking things that you do normally in an extraordinary way, pushing your routine to an extraordinary way. Before you can move, entrepreneurs and everyone listening to me right now, you need to be disciplined on that idea. You need to apply discipline on that vision. You need to apply discipline on that project. I'm trying to keep this very, very short, so I'm going to rush quickly to V. Another major thing you must have in the formula for you to be able to move and execute is velocity. Velocity is movement. Movement in a direction. See, an hamster moves round and round and round in a circle. That is not velocity because it's not moving in a direction. Your idea, you need to move, and velocity is moving fast. Some of you try to wait for things to be perfect before you launch. I remember the founder of LinkedIn when he said that if you launch a product and it's perfect, that means you launched too late. You know what he was trying to tell us? That your product is supposed to be tested and corrected by the market. So that imperfect product, that imperfect book you write, that imperfect idea that you've got, you got to launch. Velocity is moving with speed. Is getting things done with speed. Some of us, we delay many things in our lives because we are waiting for it to be perfect. I used to be a victim of that, so I know what I'm talking about. Velocity is moving before your competitors move. It's launching before your competitors launch. In the formula for getting things done, under this thing, move, velocity is a major aspect of this formula. Now, there is a very, very different denominator in this formula that I gave you, and that is the R. If you notice with the R, I said R squared, R raised to power 2. And the reason why R is raised to power 2 is that every form of R comes in double version. What is R? R is resistance. Now, when you have clarity, when you have discipline, when you have velocity, multiplying them together and moving in the direction of success, resistance will come. And resistance doesn't just come, it comes raised to power 2. It comes with a bigger force. It's the only factor here in this formula that is working against you. Now, listen to me very carefully. Some of you would think that I want to do my business, I want to launch this idea, I want to grow. When this resistance stops, you're making a big mistake. You are not supposed to wait for resistance to stop, because the presence of resistance shows that your idea or your business or your vision already makes sense. It is the certification you need to show that your business is on the right direction. But what then am I trying to say? Move in the presence of resistance. Walk in the presence of resistance. Event in the presence of resistance. Because the more resistance you have, the more validation you have about this idea, about that vision of yours. The resistance can come in different format. It comes in different distractions. Some of your distraction comes with your friends. It comes with your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your relationship. Some resistance can even come from your parents. Some resistance can come from the closest person, because the devil will not use a total stranger. It will bring in something that will take away that vision and that idea away from you. Guys, we are talking about movement. And when you need to move, resistance will come in all fashion. And that is why you have to multiply all this to be able to divide it versus the resistance raised to power 2 in your life. Now, what am I trying to say? In all essence, I am saying that movement is powerful. Movement is the ultimate thing. You can have this idea, you can have this vision, you can have this plan about your life, but if you're not moving towards it, nothing is going to happen. And you cannot move without clarity. You cannot move without discipline. You cannot move without velocity, moving with speed and time and space and direction. You cannot move, and while you are moving, remember that the resistance would come. It will come raised to power 2, and you have to go through that friction, through that resistance, to be able to get to success. Now, one of the major things you must understand is this. When you have a high velocity, high clarity, high discipline, and high resistance, there's room for success. But when you have low D, a low V, low velocity, divided by a high resistance, because resistance will always be high, that is a tragedy in making. It's a silent tragedy in your business and your vision. Why am I saying this? Some of you need to go back to your drawing board and begin to evaluate yourself. What is my resistance like? Now, the resistance around me is very high. Let's look at my formula. Am I clear? What's my clarity like? What's my discipline like? What is my velocity like? If everything is on a low, unfortunately, you're going nowhere. You are moving nowhere. And I charge you all this morning. Please increase this formula that I've given you. Apply your clarity. Get more clarity about your vision. Study more about that vision. Go to places and conferences like this where you can understand and learn more about these ideas that you have. The velocity. Move into that vision. Jump on it on time. execute on time. Sometimes decisions delayed is worse than decisions never made. Do not delay decisions that you should have done. Jump on it right on time. Most importantly, discipline. You need to be disciplined. Most of the things you said you're going to do, 2026 is almost getting to the end of the year. What is happening? All the small little things that you need to do, like I told you, discipline is the boring secret of champions. It is a secret that champions use. All the big names you see, the Messis of this world, the Ronaldos of this world, the Steve Jobs of this world, the Mark Zuckerberg and many others, is the discipline that they have in executing their project is what makes them different than an ordinary man. And there is no way we can speak about discipline without talking about focus. You know, I think it was like that you guys will know this man called Bruce Lee. But I'm sure there's some older generations in the room right now. Bruce Lee was the one that said that a perfect warrior is an ordinary man with a laser focus. That is to show how powerful focus is. Guys, you need to focus. Focus is the economy of attention. Whenever you give your focus is when you apply your discipline. Do not let all the unnecessary things distract you. From social media, to unnecessary friends, to unnecessary relationships, to unnecessary things that takes you off your vision, off your idea. Apply focus. Apply discipline. And above all, put this formula together and never forget it to apply it in life. Once again, E equals C times D times V divided by R raised to power 2. Hold on to this formula and always remember that this is the formula to success. Move, and may God move with you. My name is Sumis Francis, and I am nothing without God. Thank you very much.
That was so good. It felt as if it was right in this room. So much value, so much gem, so much insightful points. And did you see that formula? Did you see that formula? Please hold on to it. Thank you so much, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis. I don't know if he's watching us right now, but we just want you to know that we appreciate this session and we can never recover from this insightful session. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to also share some of the outstanding points that I picked from that session. He said, we do not celebrate efforts, we celebrate results. So until your efforts transforms into results, don't rest, keep moving. I want us to echo that. Don't rest, keep moving. All right, so let's do a brief energy check before we move into our next session. I'm going to echo Transformation 5.0, and you're going to scream, move. Are you ready? All right. So let's go. 1, 2, go. Transformation 5.0. We can do better. Transformation 5.0. Thank you very much. Okay, so right about now, apologies for the noise. Please don't be distracted, because some of you have been like, are we safe? Don't worry, we're safe. Okay, so now I'm about to invite another performer on stage. I'm always very excited when I get to meet spoken word artists. And you know why? There's a track story to that. I've tried so many things in my lifetime, so many things I have failed in as well. And at a point, I thought it was going to be, after failing in numerous things, I thought it was going to be this one. I am certain that this spoken word, I will do it and I will prevail. But unfortunately, I did not prevail. So when I see people who are prevailing, I celebrate them. So right now, we're about to invite on stage a spoken word artist, someone to sprinkle some spices on everything we've been listening so far. So you're going to put your beautiful hands together and join me to welcome on stage. Please let's start clapping. Thank you very much. Feku Erite Emmanuel. Please put your hands together.
Oh Lord!
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, first of all, mommy, good afternoon. I want to say thank you so much for this privilege. To all our amazing speakers, welcome. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome each and every single one of you here this afternoon. So my name is Fekarite, and I'm here with a spoken word piece that I titled after the theme for this event, which is Move. Now, scattered across this room this afternoon are young minds. Some are clear about life, some are not clear about what next to do. Some are here because this is the last strand of hope they have for their future. This is the last strand of hope they have for the next phase of their life. Many of us came into this world without having a clue of what our life was all about. We came like an open book, with every single day writing different chapters. We are wondering, what is in the next chapter for me? Even when we celebrate our birthdays, we don't even know what is going to happen on the next day. But we keep hoping, at least I'll be alive to see another day. Now let's move from the known to the unknown. When we look at Nigeria, we see the headlines, we see corruption, we see insecurity, we see flood. We see a lot of failed promises and broken systems. I'm almost moved to tears because many of us have been so used to this kind of life and environment that we do not even believe there is a better future out there. Many of us blame the government. Most people blame the economy. Most people blame their parents. Most people blame their leaders. Some even blame their history. Everybody is pointing fingers. But yet, we are not pointing finger at the main thing, which I call the mirror. I say the mirror because the mirror does not lie. The mirror does not flatter you. The mirror does not campaign. The mirror does not encourage you. It tells you the truth the way it is. Many of us have been used to a life whereby we do not even see possibilities outside our current realities. Many of us have gone to certain states and we saw certain things and we came back to our own state and we wondered, do we also have a governor? Do we also have politicians? But the issue has always remained that Nigeria will not just change, the political system will not just change because we hope and desire for a change. We are most times looking at the governments like they are our God. But sometimes God is not just counting on our government, He's counting on us. We are waiting for transformation so desperately. But are you sure that the transformation you so desperately wait for is not necessarily waiting for you? You are sitting here pointing out problems every single day. You come online and everybody is quick to see your reactions, but nobody has seen your creations yet. God saw that the world was dark. He didn't just say, let there be light. He created. You are also a creator. Don't just see problems, see possibilities. Every great entrepreneur sitting right here will tell you that when there is a mountain, it means that this is an opportunity for me to climb to an high altitude. But many of us see it as an opportunity for us to pedestal at a level and just stay at that present reality that we have seen in our lives. Dr. Sumi Smart, about 4 years ago, in this same auditorium, said something. And he gave a story of two young boys. They went to an alpha. And the alpha told one that you will never see an airplane in your life. And he said that young man went ahead to fight for his destiny and said, why would I not see an airplane? What have I done? And he tried all he could. And eventually he entered an airplane. And at the end of that story, he said it was that young man. Now he's flying business class only. He's meeting top executives, presidents all across the world. That same young man that never saw possibilities while growing up. But he believed that it was possible for him. When I look at the life of my mommy seated right here, I read her book, Purpose in Rejection, as a teenager at the age of 16. And I tell you, I was almost moved to tears. Because we saw a woman that was rejected. Rejected because of her faith. Rejected because they thought she failed. Oh, you are a woman, you can't do this. But there she is today. One of the top quantity surveyors in the nation, not just in the States. Please, a round of applause for her. But there is one consistent thing about these people. They did not allow their current circumstances and realities define their lives. They forged their own paths. Yes, their life came as an open book. They chose to write the story themselves. They didn't let their environment write it for them. They didn't let the country write it for them. Many of you, the pen to your destiny is in your hands. But for a long time, you have given a stranger to write your story. When somebody writes your story, you never can tell what they will put in that book. I always like the story of the lepers. There was no possibility in that land. People were starving, about to die. The prophet said, by this time tomorrow, those lepers were never there to hear the prophecy, but they took a step of faith. Those lepers went ahead into an unknown and uncharted territory. They said, if they die, they die. They just wanted to see what will happen if I step out. Mind you, they were lepers. They were not physically able. And those same lepers that were not necessarily there when God spoke a word, but because they were able to take a move, they got everything that God wanted those people to get. There are so many of us here, and this is for us believers. God has said a lot about your lives. Just like my journal here, you have a lot of prophecies. You have a lot of things written. I remember when mommy will teach us every single Monday by 9 p.m. and she will tell us, write what you want to see in your life. I was still 15-year-old. And mommy will write what she wanted to do. She will write the plans for the year. Mommy will teach us to journal. And it will look like we are wasting our time. Oh, just maybe 9 of us on the WhatsApp group. But here we are today. Those same prophecies, they are no longer in a book. They are now the reality you see seated all around here. But it did not just happen because God said it. It happened because somebody moved. You will never know if you can walk on water if you don't step out in faith. You are water walkers, but you will never know if you don't step out in faith. They always say, a moving man will always meet his opportunity. Your next opportunity is waiting for just a step. Because sometimes you think you will take 1,000 miles to get to your destination. How are you sure that the next 3 steps will not take you to your future? Think about it. I always say, I traveled to Lagos with 10 naira. I'll just drop with my story and close. I traveled to Lagos with 10 naira not because I was certain about how my journey was going to be. I left Akure because I knew my next level was there. I entered the vehicle. I said, if they beat me here, they beat me. But I'm going to go on this journey. And I tell you, God came through eventually. And I might not be able to share the story today. But it taught me a powerful lesson, which I believe every young person here needs to listen to. You can also move. If you can't run, at least walk. If you can't walk, at least crawl. Whatever you do, don't stop moving. A moving man will always meet his opportunities. Whatever you do, always move. So, move. Thank you so much.
Put your hands together.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Do we have moving men in this room? Do we have moving men in this room? Do we have people who are ready to break off their comfort zones in this room? Do we have people who are ready to move from potential to proof in this room? Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, Erite. When the instrumental started, I just knew we're in for a lot. And we are pumped up, aren't we? I believe we are leaving this auditorium with fire in our bones. Am I correct? All right, thank you very much. Thank you once again, Erite Emmanuel. It was so beautiful listening to you this afternoon. Okay, so let's do a bit of energy check again before we move into our next session. We know how we do it, right? Transformation 5.0. Let's make it louder. Transformation 5.0. Thank you very much. Now let's go the traditional way. Greatest Nigerian student. Yes. Greatest go-go. It can be louder. Greatest go-go. Greatest bagba. Are we hungry already? Ha. You guys cannot even hide your teeth and keep it and just say, no, I'm fine. Are we hungry already? All right, don't worry, we're rounding up shortly. And we're about to move into one of the most interesting sessions of this conference. However, we're going to have a short charge from each of the panelists. We're about to get into the fireside chat session. You can see the chairs already assembled here, and our speakers are ready to set us more on fire. However, we would have each of the panelists come up stage and charge us for a bit before we move into the fireside session. And to lead that conversation, DJ, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. And to move us in that conversation, to kickstart that journey, would be someone I have been looking forward to listen to. Someone who, by the time it's done, you guys might probably be jumping on your seat already. And it will be taking us on a brief session. It will be taking us on a brief session, a charge to encourage us to continue to move and never stop moving. However, before I bring him on stage, I would like us to please turn our attentions to the screen as we read his citation. Thank you very much.
Asor Ijamu boasts of 15 years of experience in face-to-face sales and marketing, cutting through career in technology, pharmaceutical, tourism, and hospitality. His creativity, coupled with his ability to evaluate value drivers and communicate them effectively, stand out. Over the years, Asor have won many awards, including Sanofi Award of Excellence, Lisbon 2018, Regional Champion Award, Paris 2016, the Champions for Customer Africa Award, Amsterdam 2017, and notably Pan-African Youth Leadership Award, Dubai 2022. He founded Visit Nigeria with a hope to improve on inbound tourism to Nigeria. His effort on this project got him the invitation to lead the team on Nigerians' digital presence at Dubai Expo 2020. Asor recently invested in hospitality through his Aristo Africana project. The modern and typically Africa-themed restaurant is one of a kind and known to always provide happiness to visitors. He owns 2 other restaurants, Madison, an industrial-styled fast food restaurant, and Malibu by Aristo, which is a state-of-the-art upscale fine dining space in Akure. His special interest in healthcare, tech, tourism, and hospitality is swiftly establishing his global presence and influence.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and join me to welcome on this noble stage, Mr. Madison. Let the applause keep rolling. Come on.
Thank you. She said Mr. Madison. Mr. Asor. Hello, good morning, everyone here. Yes, my name is Mr. Asor, not Mr. Asor. So I'm here this morning to push you to move. I was talking to Madam, and thank you very much for putting all of this together. I know how much work I've gone into this, and I want to say thank you to everyone who created time to be here. We have so much busy schedule, and of course, the economy is not very friendly. So every minute, every hour, matters so much. There are a lot of things those of us seated here could have done with our time, but we are seated here today because we really just want to move. And I want to say thank you to Mrs. Momo for doing the Lord's work, putting all of this together. This morning, I have 10 minutes here. I will try to tell you a few stories. I'll share stories. And then I would maybe convince you to see reasons to move. So by naturally, I love fast cars. I love cars that are very fast. So chances are that I will never buy some of those popular cars on Nigerian roads because they're not fast enough. But there's a problem. And the problem is the fact that we don't have roads for very fast cars. So what I'm trying to do now is to look at those cars that are fast, but that can adapt to our terrain. But I love it fast. It's a weakness. I'm sorry. Some say I'm very disciplined. I don't think I'm very disciplined with cars, but I love fast cars. But then there's a problem. And the problem stems from the fact that no matter how good the engine of a car is, no matter how powerful the engine that propels the car is, you will not be able to steer a car to whatever direction you want, except if the car is on motion. No matter how you try, no matter how much love I have for cars, no matter how much I love the speed, you will not be able to propel it to whatever direction you want, except you put the car in motion first. And that reminds me how important movement is. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. Most people fail because they choose to stay in the same place for too long. Many of us have found ourselves so comfortable with where we are, what we do. We are comfortable with the barest minimum. We are just fine. Nigeria today, I was discussing some young people some days ago, and I was telling them that in Nigeria, we are used to the barest minimum. You call a bricklayer, a mason, to do some job for you, and then he will do very shady, shabby, rubbish job. And he will say, Egmon, we'll try now. I won't come over, should you buy no law? You call a mechanic, and then he does rubbish to your car and says, we'll try now. Try is not enough. But our people are so comfortable with the barest minimum. I said people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail mostly because they've chosen to stay in the same place for a very long time. The truth is, perfection rarely comes before movement. Movement drives perfection. It is when you move, it is when you make progress that you can actually stand and say that they have been able to effect desired change. Friends, this morning, I hope that this meeting won't just go like every other meeting. I hope that not only are we going to make the most of this meeting, we'll take something out of here, practical, and we'll forge practical steps that can take us to our desired goals. Movement doesn't always mean making giant leaps. Sometimes I speak to young people and they tell me, I have this idea, I have this idea, I want to do this, but there's a problem, there's no money. They give you all the reasons why something is not working. People tell you, I want to do this, but I lost my mom. And the reason why I'm not educated is because my dad died very early and my mom had to bear it alone. But then there are a lot of persons who have also passed through the same or worse situations like you, but they are flying. Then what is the difference? The difference is the decision. Sometimes it means sending that application. Sometimes it means starting that business idea. You have an idea. Some days ago, I needed to test the waters with a business. And my little daughter had a birthday recently. And I was like, okay, let me test this product I want to launch by putting it in the souvenirs, So I made souvenir for everybody. And I put the gifts there. And then a week after the party, I called some of those people I have their contact and I asked them, there's this product in your gift bag. Tell me about it. I was able to test the waters with that product. And I think I'll be putting money around there now. That is how it works. It's about having something in mind and taking action. And then learning a new skill. Some of us are here, we don't read books. I'm sorry, let me talk to young people now. There's a problem with TikTok. There's a problem. There's a big problem. We are consuming content. We are consuming diverse content in Africa. Particularly Nigeria is consuming so much content. We have a lot of content creators in Nigeria. And these guys have gotten to know that what drives value most in the content space are funny skits. Now we have skit makers. I've moved around Paris. I've moved around many European cities, and I've struggled to see people who call themselves skit makers. But skits sell here because vanity mostly sell here. Whatever will waste people's time here sells here. Whatever will make people laugh their future out sells here. Friends, this is a charge to young persons in this room tonight, this morning or afternoon, to start seeing problems as it is. There's a problem with the time we spend consuming useless digital products. Let us spend time on applications that edify us. How many of us seated in this room have reading book apps like Scribe, like apps we used to read? How many of us have it? You'll be surprised. But a majority of people seated in this room today have TikTok. There's a problem. Reading one chapter many years ago, I knew I was going to be successful. I knew. Trust me, I knew. And I'm not even successful yet. So, many years ago, I knew when success comes, I will likely not have time to study the Bible as I used to when I was on campus. I want to give you examples, real life examples. When I was on campus, I was very fervent. I belonged to a fellowship where, great power of God, great man of God in flesh. That was me. But I knew that the requirements of the life that is coming and the success that will follow may not grant me the time to study as I should. So I decided at some point to invest time in, I want to go through the entire scriptures. I want to read through the Bible several times and all of that. It was when I hold the Bible and I see how thick it is, I feel it is so difficult. But all I needed to do was to start with a chapter. Some of you just need to start with a chapter today. Some of you need to pick a book and start with a chapter today. It was yesterday we called today tomorrow. In no time, you will have been done with the entire book. Friends, I'm charging you this morning to take ownership of your life. Make that phone call. Don't be scared. Push that call. Don't say you'll do it tomorrow. Have that difficult conversation. There's a conversation you think you're not having because you're scared. I think now is the time to take it. Push that call through. Take that courageous step. I want to share with you a short story. Many years ago, I had this auntie who, I grew up in Ibadan. So she comes all the way from Port Harcourt. Whenever she comes to see us, to see my family, she spends money. She throws money around. And I was always blown to bits when I see this auntie spending money. And then my dad said, oh, she runs a restaurant in Port Harcourt, and that's why she has so much money. She runs restaurants. So I was like, okay, one day I will go visit Auntie Tessie in Port Harcourt. Then I had this I finished from university, fresh graduate, fresh boy, and then I picked my bags, awaiting service, I traveled to Port Harcourt. That was the longest trip I'd done at that time, moving from Ilorin to Port Harcourt. Fast forward, this auntie was always coming to Ibadan to spend money. And so I thought when I get to Port Harcourt, it was going to be a beautiful life. You know, I dropped at the park. She was so excited. She was a bit old. She was around 45, yet wasn't married. She was single, and life wasn't very good for her. Family was, at that time far away, and hearing that Asor was coming to Port Harcourt was like, finally someone is coming to check on me. So I got to Port Harcourt. She was waiting at the park. She picked me, and then she took me through diverse koro. And that was when I was gonna know that there's something called bacha. I never knew there's anything called bacha, before then. And then we went through houses built with wood, and then we walked into the waters, and then we got to a house, and then she said, this is my house. We had walked through a gutter, and then I had to climb and then climb into the house, and it's a warm apartment with so many people staying there. And I was like, Auntie Tessie, I had told you I would spend 3 months. How will I cope? How will I survive here? Friends, that was the toughest 3 months of my life. Yeah, she runs restaurants. How does she do it? She has a small, tiny balcony. And then every morning she wakes up 5 a.m. to make food. She'll cook rice, pasta, she'll cook all the food and then put it on a wheelbarrow, and then she pushes to a junction every morning to sell. Crazy experience. I've never seen anything like that. I knew I was not built for that. I've never seen suffering that much. I thought I was suffering where I came from. But I saw suffering pro max. And the funny thing is, it's a community where I happened to be the only graduate at that time. So she was so proud of me. Everywhere we're going to, she's introducing me. Hey, see my nephew. She just kept introducing me. Fast forward. The first day, I woke up in the morning. I wanted to use the restroom. She took me a very far distance, like 4 houses away. I'm sorry I'm taking your time, but it will be worth it. She took me a long distance. I used the restroom. I got back home. I woke up. I was like, should I go or stay? I called my dad. My dad said, hey, guy, you have to stay. 3 months. So she prepared the food, and I saw her pushing it. I attended Christ Embassy back on campus. Jerry-coiled air, well-tailored, nice, talking as a graduate, talking your shirt, and then I helped her push wheelbarrow. We got to the point where she was selling. I saw the way she was selling, how she would make 16 to 20K at that time at Elekaya every day. And I saw the value chain around the food business. First hand, I saw how my auntie would go to market, buy something at X amount and sell it at Y amount. I saw the margin, but because she wasn't educated, she wasn't brushed up properly for the business, she was making enough money to just make her survive. I saw the loopholes in the business, and now she can turn that business to a fortune. For 3 months, I painstakingly stayed. It was one of the most difficult moments of my life. I still say it. Friends, while I was there, I started writing. Some of the notes I wrote at that time are still available today. I wrote how I owned some of the biggest restaurants in Nigeria because I've learned how to run the business for my auntie who was struggling to do it. Friends, my life changed forever. Changed forever. I would like to paint the story of a river. Sometimes you say a river is fresh. You call it fresh water. Fresh water is a moving river. If it's not moving, it's not fresh water. If you want your life to continue to be fresh, you want your life to continue to be useful, you have to create a deliberate attempt, a burning desire to continuously move non-stop. You cannot afford to be stagnant. You need to move away from excuses, move away from procrastination, which is a major problem for the black people. Myself and a friend were analyzing footballers generally. And in the history of football, you see that white footballers tend to succeed better than their black counterparts. I don't know why, but that's what I've personally noticed. And we were able to conclude that discussion with something. By nature, we are naturally impatient. The average black man is naturally impatient. We want to beat the light on the traffic light. We want to run. In Lagos, there is hustle and bustle. Everything is rough. We need to learn as young people to be calm, calculative, and desire to move. Desire to continue to move. We need to quit indiscipline, quit excuses, quit negative friendship. If someone is not giving you required impact, please let them shift. I've had reasons in my life to tell certain persons, I'm sorry, I need to create space. We need to part ways. I've had to sometimes say it. If I'm trying to move and the person is trying to drag me, I tell him, I think we're not on the same frequency. I need to move. Move towards discipline. Move towards excellence. There's a decay of excellence in Africa. Move towards trust. Trust is today the most prized asset in Africa. It's the most valued asset. It's lacking. Move towards trust. Move towards opportunities. You need to move towards purpose. And most importantly, you need to move towards how you take life serious. And I took this from the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 6. A version says, tell young men among you to take life serious. It means there's a tendency that young people will take life with so much levity. It says, tell young men among you to take life serious. You don't need to have everything figured out today, because you just need to move. You only need enough courage. That's all you need, courage and consistency. Let me share with you how we built Aristo. I don't know if I still have 2 minutes or 3. I was lucky. I got a job in a multinational company, and I was well paid. I was one of the biggest boys at that time for my age in Nigeria. I got a very good job. When you say, God, this favor market, you know, when people go for service, and then you see posts say favor market, go into favor market. Yes, I suffered for 2 years, but then I went at favor market. I got a good job with a multinational company, good money, good car, good housing, good everything. I was fine. In fact, I had worked only 9 years, and that company have taken me to 40 countries. It's so good that every year the company will ask you, you need to take a break from work. Which country would you like to go? And then I will decide, yes, it's that good. In Nigeria, is that good? They say, which country do you want to go for your vacation? And I will mention it. They'll book my ticket. They'll give me some money, and I'll travel, and I'll come back. Is that good? I was fine. I did not need to open Aristo. I was earning very good amount of money. But at some point at Radisson Blue, we had a meeting. We were having a meeting, and my direct boss was coming upon the team for poor performance. He was saying all sorts. And I asked myself, with all the things I know and with the capacity I have, I think I need to create something different from the conventional that I'm used to in this company. So I took 6 million naira, recruited 3 staffs, and then later we added 2, and then we built the first Aristo. 6 million. 2 weeks before then, I was in club. Before we opened Aristo, I was in a club at the mall called O2 Base. Yes, O2 Base. And I was a young boy. That boy should not be more than 19 or 20 years old. He spent 13 million to buy alcohol. They used alcohol to wash their wristwatches. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. They spent 13 million drinking alcohol, but they are taking 6 million to build a tiny restaurant very far away from the city, main city center of Akure. Friends, fast forward 5 years. That's 6 million. I've hit over 4.5 billion. And I've moved the staff strength from the initial 3 to what we have now, around 180 in the food industry. We have companies, we have vendors who cannot survive today if they don't sell to us. That is some of the impacts of choosing to move. At that time when I was building, everyone said it was a stupid move. That place is too far. Why would we come there to eat? Some of my friends said they would never come there. Like 11 matter. A lot of people came upon us for making that move. Some of my colleagues at work said, you have a good job. You want to resign to go, and you have a good job. My company was a company that if you were resigning, your parents would call you. I'm telling you, they will ask you. Let me tell you, I bought 4 cars from that company at 2,000 naira. They buy you a car. When you are tired, you tell them, I'm tired of this car, I want to change it. Pay 2,000. I bought 4 at 2,000 naira. I had no reason to leave. But you know the funny thing? Today, I can pay half of the staffs in that company, as big as that money was at that time. That is the power of decision to move. As I close this morning, I want you to know this, that as you live here today, I want you to ask yourself one question. What is that one move I can make today that my future self will thank me for? What is that thing you need to do your future self will thank you for? What you need to do may just be a decision to read. What you need to do may be a decision to learn a skill. What you need to do may be a decision to marry. Some of us, we think we are still young, and I still have. Today is Friday. Friends, don't wait till Monday. Act now. Don't wait until next month or next year. Some of us will say, I'm saving up. Hey. Act. No matter how little, start something. Don't wait until someone believes in you. You need to learn to believe in yourself. What you will become in 10 years, you are already becoming. You are becoming already. You are already swinging into the future without knowing, unconsciously. Believe in yourself. Trust God. Prepare yourself and move. Because opportunity moves. A young man that was earlier, said, a moving man will find his luck. A moving man will one day wonder, while wandering about, will find his luck. Time moves. The world moves. If you don't move with it, you risk being left behind. Let me tell you, whenever people move, and you are caught stagnant, you are actually, without knowing, on reverse gear. Because everyone has moved. And the longer they move, the farther they go away from you. So because of the value of time, because of the impact of time, your life is on reverse gear. Learn continuously. Work diligently. Serve faithfully. And most importantly, I'm charging you this afternoon to move. I want to say thank you very much to Mrs. Momo for putting all of this together. I want to say thank you to everyone seated here this afternoon.
Put your hands together.
Oh, yeah.
Please put your hands together. That was both deep and transformational. I see that story kept us trapped to our seats. I could see our faces were nodding. It was entering, right? Did he enter? He entered, right? Thank you so much, Mr. Otto. Thank you for that transformational session. I believe that nobody is walking out of this room the same way that they came in. That was highly inspiring. Can we please echo and say thank you so much, sir? Together. Futa, can you make it louder? Thank you so much, sir. We're indeed so grateful. All right, I told you before he got on stage that this is a prelude to the panel session. So, when you have a tasty plate of food in front of you, when you take the first spoon, you can tell that this one is banged, and you know what to expect, right? Now, this is just the first taste. We are going to experience more before the panelists come on stage. And to take us on the next session, by the way, before we move into the next session, please, I want to encourage you, if you have questions, please begin to write down your questions and prepare your minds before the panel session comes forth. All right, so we're about to move into the next charge. Interesting. We're about to move into the next charge, and to take us into the next charge is no other person but Pastor Dotun. Adejumo. But before he comes off stage, I would like us to please listen attentively to his citation. Thank you very much. Media, please.
Agape Christian Ministries with a goal of raising the complete youth. He was previously the lead pastor of Agape Christian Ministries, Lekki Branch, Lagos, which he led for 5 years before being transferred to the headquarters. He is a teacher of the word and a God chaser. He holds a B.Hand in information and communication engineering and masters in project management. He worked at Kulumberha and Chevron for 6 years prior to full-time ministry. He is the managing director of Carrie's Farm, specializing in livestock and crop production, managing director of Carrie's Life Hospital with branches in Ondo and Osun State, and CEO of Dionet. He is married to his heartthrob, Adebimpe, and their home is blessed with 2 princesses.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your beautiful hands together. You're welcome, sir.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Are you tired? Good afternoon, everyone. It's my joy being here today. I'd like to first start off by appreciating our beautiful host. Thank you so much, ma. And to your lovely husband. So good to meet you, sir. Thank you so much. And everyone here today. Professor, thank you for setting the stage. The young man that took that short charge, that was solid. And of course, my brother, thank you so much. I don't have my laptop here, so I won't take your time. I think we can just get straight into the session because we've heard so much from these sound minds speaking to us. See, I'm just going to mention a few things to you quickly. Nobody arrives by mistake. If you forget anything, don't forget that as you live today. Nobody arrives suddenly. We are a cumulative effect of the steps that we take. Do you understand? Every single decision you make from now in the university is what will accumulate into what you become in life. It's that simple. It's not magic. See, I'll give an instance. By privilege, I was there when our church started, Agape Christian Ministries. I was a young boy, 2 years old or so then. Today, next month, we're celebrating 38 years. So I'm just over 40. Now, I say that because I grew through the system. I served, I walked, I experienced everything. I also saw my egbons back then. Many of them attended FUTA. And I saw their lifestyle. I saw the things that they were doing. Now, when I see what they are doing now, it is easy for me to correlate what they were doing then and say, oh, he did this and this, she did this and this. That is why he is doing this now. Do you understand? The last time I got the chance to speak here to a different audience, I mentioned one of the FUTA graduates who is an uncle of mine as well, who used to, his family lives down the road, but he would rather stay in our house then. And today is the country manager for Dell EMC in Nigeria. All right? From here. And what that reminds me of every single time, because we are so quick to say, oh, my environment, my this, my that. We have excuses for why we are where we are in life. We are so quick to say, oh, I am not succeeding because my father is this one. I come from a humble background. There's nothing like that. Tell you, there's nothing like that. You are a product of your decision from this moment. You're a product of your decision. What comes out of your life, it is based on the decisions you make. When I was much younger, we used to live in Obaile back then in a rented house, and we lived opposite this family who were well-to-do. Their father was an engineer. They're thriving, Now, we had dogs, local dogs. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Local dogs. Dogs that you call peace, bingo, faithfulness. You know the stuff of dogs? Dogs that can eat about with you. You know the kind of dogs I'm talking about. All right? Just little dogs. They were aggressive, but you can kick them away once you just do something. except for some of them. Anyway, so these neighbors of ours, they had Alsatian dogs. Now that's the first time there was anything like that. I'm talking about some over 30 years ago. All right? 20-something, 30 years ago. They had Alsatian dogs. Now, this particular day we were playing in their compound. Now, they didn't have a security guard because, again, if you have such dogs, what do you need security guard for? Right? So their security guard house had these two Alsatian dogs in it. We were playing in the compound. And while we were playing, I suddenly saw the owners of the house, that's my friends, they were running for their lives towards the door. Now, if you are in someone's house and the owner of the house is running, you know that you're in trouble. So I looked and I realized that these two dogs, their cage had opened suddenly. And they were out. My siblings were with them. They were close to the door. Me, I was the farthest from the door. I knew that if I ran towards that door, the dogs would obviously catch up with me. So I ran to the back, thinking I was safe. Unfortunately for me, I became the only target for the dogs. So they started chasing me. Now, the conclusion of this story is that I found myself on the roof of their house. Somebody should ask Hazal now. See, their brothers, their uncles were the ones that came to bring me down from that place. I went back to the house. You know, after you have such an experience, you will go back. You will think about your life. How did it happen? Whether I developed claws to climb, I don't know. Whether angels carried me, I don't know till today. But that is all I know, that I found myself at this place. But that experience taught me something. Nothing is impossible for me to do. Nothing is impossible for me to do. Magic did not carry me up there. It is still my strength, somehow, instinct to survive, that got me there. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes we need a force to push us to experience and understand our potential. We need to move to become all God has called us to be. We need to stop giving excuses. My brother was sharing with you how he had to stay with his auntie, right, for 3 months, and that was traumatic for him. But what are the odds that she was selling food and today is selling food at a different level? At a larger scale. I was telling to the lovely lady that was interviewing me outside that when you take a cup of water, it is half full, right? If you call it half full, you are correct. If you call it half empty, you are still correct. What is the difference? Your perspective. Your perspective. Every single experience that you go through is a part of your process. It is to form you. It is to shape you. You can either complain through it and say, why is this happening? Is it me, my head, my shoulder, my this? Or you can choose to grow through it. When I started business, I also worked in a good company, all right? And I had some resources. So I took those resources, I came to Ondo State, and I took a loan. I won't forget, 9 point something million, 10 million. And I poured every single thing in my business. Now, for him, he replicated his own money. For me, my money disappeared. Do you understand? Because I felt that, once I have money, let me just throw it into something, into agriculture. I lost, even if I had bought cars, at least I would say that, at least this money went into this. I lost every single thing. And then I went back to the basics to understand how to grow, how to manage. Have you realized that all these people that win American lottery, win millions of money, billions, none of them is among the wealthiest people on earth. None of them. Do you understand? So you have to grow capacity, and everybody has spoken about it today. Build yourself up. Every single thing that you need to succeed is already in your hands. I tell you something, when you're done today, take your phone. Most of us use mobile apps, right? Go and check your 1 month bank statement. You think you're a student, check it. You will see how much has gone through your account. You'll be shocked. The last time I was going to the embassy and I did that, I was like, how now? That is not possible. But that's the fact. You must grow. God would always ask you, what do you have in your hands? The first time that I did poultry business, I started off with 200 birds. I could not sell those birds. People were coming to price them ridiculously. They were saying, it is too fat, it is too expensive, it is too this. I had to beg someone, literally, to buy those products. Today, the story has changed because of consistency. One of my clients is my brother here. We can't even meet his we can't even meet his supply. All right, we have a capacity of over almost 10,000 for layers. For broilers, we have about 4,000, and currently we are building to expand to 10,000 capacity, and that is just one phase of the project. One of my clients I used to supply to back then, I would give them 1 ton of chicken, and that 1 ton, it would have taken me over a month to produce it. And the person would say to me that, what you are giving me, if you can give me 10 tons every week, I will take it. In this Akure. So you keep saying, it's not possible, it's not enough, I don't have. Hey, wake up. Wake up. People are doing great things, and nothing exempts you from being among them. From this same footer, one of the students from this same footer that I know, and I know the person that also bought the company, built something up, some, not just a platform now, some whatever, and they sold it for $1 million in this school. Please tap your neighbor, wake up. Thank you.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Oh Lord. Thank you so much, Pastor Dotun Adejumo. Let's keep clapping. Come on, let's keep clapping. It's been a lot of value in the room. It's been a lot of value in the room. Thank you for that inspirational story. Thank you for the insight. You are just imprinted impact on the lives of everyone that has listened to you this afternoon, and we're indeed so grateful. Please, let's put our hands together once again. Okay, so while the session was going on, I caught some individuals doing something very wrong. So now we want to publicly expose them. You're saying, So we're going to do a song together. It's a very old rhyme. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it that you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're sleeping and you know it, clap your hands. Ha. You see what I said? I said we're going to publicly expose them. If you're sleeping and you know it, clap your hands. You guys have repented. Very good. Please put your hands together for yourself once again. Oh Lord. Thank you very much. I'm about to invite the panel anchor to this delectable platform this afternoon. However, it's also imperative that I inform you that we're going to have a documentary playing on the screen. So please do well to, as you pay attention to the panel session, also pay a little attention to the documentary playing on the screen. I have the greatest honor and privilege this afternoon to welcome on stage the beautiful, elegant, excellent, she's like, how, why? Excellent looking Mrs. Precious. Please put your hands together for her as she'll be leading the panel conversation this afternoon. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Forgotten.
Thank you so
Some waiting
much.
to be seen.
Thank you so much, Ma, for this beautiful opportunity. And I think I will continue from where she stopped. She said something about move. So when I say move, I expect you to respond, the future awaits the movers. Move! That's so weak. Are we sleeping? Move! All right, I think we're getting there, but I believe after the panel session for today, we'll be so charged up that we'll start moving left, right, and center to the right direction. Okay, thank you so much, Thank you so much, Pastor Dotun, for that wonderful session. Thank you, Mr. Asor. We are so overwhelmed, and I would say that we are immersed in gratitude for this. So I would not be doing this alone. I'll be welcoming our beautiful guests, intellectually stimulating individuals that has poured out, and I believe they have more in them to pour out to us. And please, as I call them, can you make them welcome with a round of applause? Thank you. Okay, so let's make welcome Pastor Dotun Adejumo. Keep clapping. Thank you so much. The next on our list is Mr. Asor. Please keep clapping. Thank you so much. Dr. Yetunde Olabuji. Keep clapping. I'm not seeing us clap. I'm not hearing us clap. Professor Bayo Emmanuel. We're not clapping. Are we tired? And our very own coach, Coach Temitope Momo. Please a round of applause. As we are clapping, please let's not forget to send in our questions. We've listened to beautiful and different sessions, and I believe we'll have questions for every one of them. But can we give them a round of applause? What a beautiful time to be here this morning or this afternoon. Last year, Transformation 4.0, I was among the panelists, and this year, I'm the one asking the question. Glory to God. Okay, so this morning I'll be asking a question, but before then, Mrs. Temitope Momo, I have a question for you. I want you to open this panel session this morning, and I know in this generation, we know that the generation belongs to value creators. That was one thing you said in your speech this morning, and I picked that. You said this generation belongs to value creators. So in the place of creating value, where's the place of purpose?
Thank you so much. Please, can you hear me? Understand and discover that they are created for a purpose. And
Okay, please, can we?
Part of my achievement. Thank you so much. Yeah, purpose itself is value. In the place of creating value and purpose, the moment you discover your purpose,
Please, can we help with the mic, please?
The book has been an instrument of guidance and direction. The same book, the state government. The moment you discover your purpose, your real purpose, just like the other person asked the other time outside. I mean, your real purpose. What I'm trying to say by saying the real purpose is what God created you for. The moment you discover it, you are a valuable person. But if you are copying somebody, try to declare it as your purpose, you can never create value. If you have listened to all the resource persons this morning, you discover that no matter how they paint their stories, they are people of purpose. Looking at, listening to Mr. Aton and my brother there, Reverend Dotun, you know that these people, they are created for a purpose. They discovered the purpose, they operating in that purpose, and then they have stories to tell. You know, what they are doing presently, and bringing values to people. A lot of people are doing the same thing, but they are not getting the same result. The real value is in your purpose. Your purpose is your value, because your purpose, for those of you who have been listening to me, I will tell you, your purpose is not for you, it's not for your purpose. Your purpose is the purpose of others. Your purpose is to impart and influence and to take people from where you meet them forward. Because what God created you to do is to be a blessing to someone. And if you are operating in that purpose which God has created you to be, definitely you are a person of value. You create value.
Thank you so much, Ma. So she ended, can we please give her a round of applause, please? She ended by saying something. She said, your purpose is not for you. It's for the purpose of others. So that brings me to the question for Mr. Otto. You know, you said something about spending time with your auntie, and right now you're actually solving problems. So at the end of the day, that purpose is not just for you. The purpose in which you went there to spend time, you know, to learn, to unlearn and relearn, was a moment of transformation and elevation, and that's what we're speaking to today. So what moment do you realize, because somebody will be here saying that you've taken so much, you know, space of your life, you're doing so well. What message do you have for the young ones in regards to that?
Okay, so of course, I won't tell young people here today that Madam spoke about purpose. First, you need to understand that you are here for a reason. That's where it all starts from. Number two, you're asking yourself, what is that thing you need to do to better the lives of others? What is that thing? That's the question I ask myself all the time. So forget whatever I've built or whatever, I'm still asking myself today, what is that one thing I need to do again to better the lives of others? These are questions I consistently ask myself. And of course, when I find answers to these questions, it makes me innovate and create. It helps me to design and execute. Another thing I would like to talk about is, if there's one thing I also find very important in Africa, which is what I stylishly mentioned earlier, is the concept of trust.
Awesome.
There is lack of trust in Africa. People tell you that data is life. No, at some point there were adverts around. They were saying data is life, and then at some point they are saying AI is the most powerful thing on earth.
Yeah.
For Africa, AI is not the most powerful thing. The most powerful thing in Africa is trust. So the moment as a young person you are able to make sure you have integrity, you can be trustworthy, you have a very, very high chance to success.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So please, can we give him a round of applause? And I'm really loving this panel session because it's helping me pivot into my next question. So, Dr. Yetunde, this question is for you. You know, before you start thinking of trust, you feel you have to trust yourself to be able to come out of that comfort zone. So at this point in life where we have to decide, when did you decide that coming out of your comfort zone was a thing? Okay. Yeah, so I said in this point in time, you know, he spoke about trust. And I said, for you to trust, you make people trust you, you have to trust yourself first. Trust in your actions. So at what point in life did you break free from the comfort zone mentality? Because you can't move if you keep dwelling in your comfort zone.
Okay, thank you. So for me, I will emphasize on foundational things that I feel everyone needs to get right. You must have a deep conversation with God before you can even talk about helping people or blessing lives. What are you wired for? What do you do effortlessly? What do you have, what do you have passion for? And even sometimes when you volunteer, in your service, what do people see? What do they say? Sometimes it can give you a clue on what you are wired for.
Yeah.
So after getting that God factor, because it's the foundational aspect you need to get right. After getting that first, then you have a conversation with yourself. And that's where you build trust with yourself.
Awesome.
Look at yourself critically and have a deep reflection. What am I good at? Try to define your strengths, your weaknesses. You need to be self-aware of who you really are. Then after you might have, sorted those things out, look at areas where you need to work on. Those are your weaknesses. Then also your strength. And that's why we talk about reading books. Know your temperament, know your personality type, and all of those things. So after all of those things, you don't have to be perfect anyway, but just be conscious of the fact that you need to keep, getting better on yourself.
Beautiful.
Then have that faith in God and just step out.
Please, can we give her a round of applause? Thank you so much, Ma, for that. So that takes me to my next question from Prof. But can we just use a moment to recognize Pastor Martins, the resident pastor of Living Faith, Igbatoro Road. Please, can we give him a round of applause? And also Pastor Sheung. Sorry, this writing, I can't pronounce please apologies. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sirs. We're privileged to have you in our midst. Okay, so that takes us to our next question today for Prof. Prof, I'll be asking you, while Dr. Yetunde was speaking, she said so much things about trust and all that. So in a world today where we celebrate the end goal and the success, nobody wants to really see the work you put in. Because we know that transformation doesn't just happen. Transformation is evolution, it's a process. So when did you realize moving was all it takes to transform? Because I believe we have individuals here, young minds, that are asking themselves, when do I really think I need to move? So for you, when was that point that you felt that moving was what you needed to do at a point in your life?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, there are times you discover something about yourself. And the moment you discover something about yourself, that should be a driving force. I was in the university. I was actually in FUTA as a student then. And I noticed that, even before then, I noticed that anytime I was trying to explain something to a colleague, or let me say my friends, I discovered that I was able to really express myself, to pass across knowledge, share information, and then share knowledge in general. So I noticed that thing, and I felt that that should be the driving force, and that should move me. So from the point you discover that something is in you, you should know that that thing should drive you to make impact. That thing should drive you to break forth. That thing should drive you to achieve success in life. So, and I believe strongly that at this point in time, everyone here can point to something that marks you out, that makes you unique. Yeah. Another person may have the same gift. Of course, we are always placed at a position in time where the people around you, close to you, are the people that you are supposed to make impact with that same gift. The person that has a similar gift might not be in that exact position. So where he is able to make impact with the same gift, but you have been placed with that gift in that position to make impact on lives. The moment you discover that thing, you move. And I discovered that as early as when I was leaving the secondary school. It's a grace, it's a gift, but you use it. The more you use it, the more confidence you have in using it, the more impacts you make.
Thank you so much. Can we please give him a round of applause? And I think to that, I want you to turn to your neighbor and ask your neighbor, what is that unique gift that you have? Please make sure they tell you something. If they don't tell you anything, change your neighbor. Okay, thank you so much. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Okay, so Reverend Dotsu, I have a question. You already cleared your throat. Okay, so transformation doesn't just occur until there's a mindset shift. And I read your book where you spoke to nothing to something. And of course, it recalibrates or spurs transformation and spurs what we are talking about today, which is move. So for you, I don't know, how would you encourage somebody here today that feels that he's actually nothing? Or at this point in my life, I don't see anything coming out of it, and I need to move, and I need to be transformed. And we are just in, I think this is July. So what word of encouragement do you have for that person?
Thank you very much. I think most has been said already by everyone today. The first thing you should understand is that I'm a man of faith, so let me go back to scriptures. God would always ask you, what do you have in your hands? Right? What do you have in your hands? Every time I see our mobile phones that we all just play with and we post in one corner to TikTok, like my brother said earlier, Instagram, we just package our lives. And Professor also spoke about it earlier, that we hold a university in our hands. There are so many things that we can do. There are some courses on my CV that I just took them, I just sat with them. In fact, recently, I just saw a post, and then somebody spoke about the courses that she wanted to take in the next 2 months. I was like, okay. And I started taking some that I think I should also take part of, So Moses was on the mountain with God, and God met him and said, oh, you'll be the one to deliver the whole of Israelites. And Moses said to God, God, are you kidding? First, I'm a stammerer. I don't qualify. I can't do this. And the simple question God asked him was, what do you have? God would always ask what we have in our hands and how we can then use it. The issue most times is that we want some magic wand to perform the magic for us or to turn things around for us. Do with what you have. Every time you ask God for more, God would ask you for structure. What structure have you placed in your life? It is these structures that can help you to thrive. Now, today, I have a lot more movement than I used to have. Like I said, I'm a pastor, I'm a reverend, but I also do different things. I am in the agribusiness, I'm in the tech business, I'm in education space and all that. So I can't be restricted. What has helped me to thrive is structure. There was a season in my life where it was tough, and if you're not there physically, some things can't work. But if you truly want to thrive, you have to put some things in place that make, it just makes the running easier. So start from where you are. Stop complaining. Stop giving excuses. They say, there's a popular saying that the best time to plant a tree was, 10, 20 years ago? The next best time is now. Start from where you are. Again, I love what he said. He started, and then within a few years, he saw the breakthrough. Please get rid of that mentality that you will just arrive suddenly. There's nothing like that. If it will last, it has to go through a process.
You are not clapping. I don't get it. Okay, thank you so much, sir. We've actually, he was speaking to structure. We've put structure in place so that we can take your questions. But I'm not getting your questions. What's going on? Okay, no, please, if you have question, but though I'll be giving you the mic, Patrick, right? Yeah, because I know Patrick has a question, so I'll be giving Patrick the opportunity from the audience to ask his question and direct it to who you think would give you that answer here today. And before that, please, if you have questions, kindly go through Oyin and she would reach out to me. So, Patrick, you have the floor. Okay, please, can we give Patrick a mic? Thank you.
Today. So, permit me, I have questions for almost each person.
Excellent.
So, let's just start with Mr. Otho.
Okay.
So now, you mentioned something about how you left the company to start yours, and I'll take it as a movement. But now, I'm trying to apply it in my life. There's a concept of strategy and there's a concept of survival. So sometimes we quit jobs to move. But before that movement comes to result, like he said, no one arises suddenly. But before you arise, you have to be alive to arise. So sometimes the demand for survival outweighs the demand for progress. So people become too busy to progress. So my question is, at what point, how do you really navigate that switch? That's what I was talking about, resistance to movement. These are things. I know I want to launch this business, but I've not eaten today. Yes, so that's my question for you. Then the question I have for Pastor is, you said something about what you have in your hands. So now, my question is, what is your take on speed? I was going to ask Dr. Sumi Smart, but I will ask you everything. What is your take on speed for a multi-potentialite? Now, Moses just had a rod. So the Lord used that rod. But imagine you have a rod, you have a spear, you have a house, you have a car, you have everything, all at a basal level. You have skills. You are full of skills. You are full of direction. You are full of vision. You want to conquer the world. But how will you, and if you spread your energy towards all this, you will move, but you will not have enough velocity.
Yeah.
So execution will be slow even though you are exhausted. So my question is, how do you advise a multi-potentialite on speed?
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry if the question.
Yes, can we allow, thank you. Can we allow Mr. Otto answer? Should I give him the mic?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think you were the one who spoke about fear at the beginning of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. When you spoke about fear earlier, I was going to tell you something as I spoke, but I forgot to mention to you that fear does not leave you before you move. Fear leaves when you move. Fear is not wired to leave before you make your move. It is after you have made the move that fear itself gets scared and move. So, back to your question, I had a 3 months buffer period. I had planned to quit the job, so I had a 3 months buffer period that I said, okay, let me start. I hope that 3 months' time, I will have scaled the business to the point where it will be easy for me to leave. So, 1 month into the business, I saw that the business needed my attention more. So, I left my job 1 month after I started the business. I saw that
if I put my mind on this business, I think I have a very quality chance to maybe make more money than I was making where I was working. So I left my job. But there was another problem. After someone given to 9 to 5 for about 15 years, now you quit your job after 1 month of planning, and then you are at home for the entire day. I go to Aristo, I sit down there. The transition was very tough for me.
Exactly.
I was used to,
Yeah.
working, going to the office and turning up every day. But now I have to go to Aristo and then wait for the next customer, and I'm watching my staffs. And so I called, and of course I had a very good CV. So I said, this is tough. So I put my CV out there. Within 3 days, I got a call from another multinational company who was willing to give me a job. It's called Life Bank. And I was given the role of the head of Africa business. But they gave me an option to work from home, which was good. So I was still working, but remotely now. I never knew remote work is more difficult than physical office work. So I took the remote job, but don't forget my role was Africa business. I was in charge of 52 countries. On the very first week on the job, he said there is a problem in Ethiopia. You need to fly to Ethiopia. So I left Akure. I went to Ethiopia. From Ethiopia, they called me that the president of Kenya needed to see me. So I went to Kenya. Then from Kenya, they said, there is one major problem in Nigeria. I should come. So I came back. As I landed at Murtala Airport, they said, Egypt needs me. I said, no. This is not what I signed for. So I resigned. So I chose to stay put in Aristo. And that was another turning point for the business. Business moved about 300%.
Wow.
On the very first month, I stayed full-time in Aristo.
I'm not seeing a round of applause for that.
And for the first time, within 3 months, I made my benefits from that other company in a single day.
Awesome.
What I would have made in a month on my multinational job, I made it on a single day on a Sunday, and I said, thank God I moved.
So can we say, thank God you moved? Oh, awesome. So, sir, yes, over to you.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. As regards to your question, I'm going to give 2 illustrations, and I hope you can use that to, just make a decision based on it. First, from pastoring. When we started the Lekki Church, this was 2011 or 2012 or so. I was the one to preach. I was the one to play the drums. I was the one to play the keyboard. I was still in the choir. I would still be the one to round up. And there were people there. I thought I was being effective. I thought I was being a great leader. I thought I was using my skills, all these skills that had been gathered over the years to serve God. But I was just being foolish. All right? In the sense that first, I was always overstressed. I was not effective. And there wasn't real growth. Secondly, the people that were surrounding me, I wasn't building them. I wasn't investing in them. So I was just killing myself until I learned to delegate. All right? The fact that you can do every single thing doesn't mean that you should be the one to do every single thing. Get the people in your space involved with what you're doing. So that's one point from that perspective. The second is this. You have these multi-skills. That is a blessing to you. That's a blessing to you. That's how I see it. Now, I'll give you an instance. I studied information communication engineering from the university. I'm actually doing my PhD in FUTA right now. I did my master's here in FUTA. I'm doing my PhD right now in FUTA in project management. I am a farmer. I am in the tech space. I am in the, what's it called now, hospitality space. I'm also in the healthcare space. All right? doing all these different things. Now, let me bring all of this back to the core thing that I love doing, which is farming. All right? There was a point where we wanted to, just improve the farm. We wanted to, what's that word? Not just scale up, to mechanize the farm, right? So the focus at this point was the poultry business. We had this large poultry business that we have to manually feed the birds, right? You take water, you put into something, you turn it, you leave it, you come back in maybe 2-3 hours to check if the birds have messed it up. You start the process again. A lot of manpower. And then I thought to myself, if I called myself an engineer, why can't I do something to fix this? Yeah. So I first started making inquiries. We would like to order these to mechanize the farm. They gave me bills in millions, and I didn't have millions to do that. So I gathered some of my younger ones, my friends. Yeah. One of them is even here today with me. Right? And I said, look, this is the vision. Yeah. I want to build this, but I don't have this to do it. But with my knowledge, I think we can do this. So we went to buy pipes, the same pipes that you use for plumbing, yeah. Right? We bought the nipples, we ordered them online, they were very cheap. We got some tools, we got measuring tape, we got everything, we mapped what we wanted, we got all the WC system, we removed some parts, put it into buckets and all that, and we've created that system that we wanted, and our birds started drinking automatically. Wow.
Please give him a round of applause.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, what have I done? I brought the knowledge that I could have, the exposure. And somebody asked earlier how we say that school is a scam. No, you pick different things from these different places, and then you can then use them for your life.
Yourself.
So the fact that you studied medicine doesn't mean that you would become a surgeon. All right? It doesn't automatically translate into that. So
Thank
use
you
these
so
skills.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Please, can you turn to your neighbor and say, the fact that you can do everything doesn't mean you should do everything. Did that sink? In today's era, they will say, clock it. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so we'll continue your question, but can we give somebody else an opportunity? Yes, please. I heard there's someone that has a question. Please, her hands are raised. Hands, thank you. Please make it brief. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Please, can you speak louder?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. My question is, in a world where globalization rules and everyone is competing to duplicate what has already been done,
okay,
creating technology is really, really hard. And big companies are slow, but solo builders, they burn out. So my question is that when you are starting out, how do you get together the right founding team of people to build something genuinely new?
How do you get the right team? Okay, all right, ma. Yes, ma. All right, ma. Please, can we give mommy a round of applause, please? Thank you so much, ma. Okay, so who should I channel the question to? Okay, sir, Mr. Otto, when did you realize that these 3 teams, because you spoke about having 3, from 3 to 5, from 5 now we're running into like 100. How were you able to sustain that?
There is also a problem in Nigeria. There's no perfect team in Nigeria. Human resource till this day is a major problem.
Yeah.
It is sad that young people in Nigeria today, it is just sad. Trust me, it is sad. I personally feel government should invest in school, invest in training.
Yeah.
We're not as trained as we should be trained. My chefs, I have 38 chefs, good quality chefs, but you find out that they are still lacking in certain areas.
Yeah.
So there's always no perfect team. You cannot wait till that time you get a perfect team. I sell food and I have chefs, but I can tell you for a fact that they are not perfect chefs. The waiting staffs are not perfect. But that is not enough to stop us from moving. We just pick the people that we found available at the time. We train them, put them to speed as to what we need them to do.
Yeah.
And then we keep just doing business, hoping that we'll just continue to make progress as we go. But there is no perfect team anywhere.
And funny enough, you've moved with those not perfect team to another place.
Exactly.
I got there, like, I think 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, okay. You know when they say, I say you have moved? Can we say, I say you have moved? Thank you so much. Yes. Reverend Dotto wants to add. We'll go to Prof. Yeah.
I remember when, at the early stage of our farm, out of trying to create a good team, I brought in a family member, an uncle of mine.
Oh, I think
he was the one selling my
was
pigs.
Needed. That was
He
needed.
was carrying them live, selling it, thinking I could trust. So like you said, there's actually no perfect team. You keep building. But first and foremost, it falls and rises on leadership.
Yeah.
So you are the one to also, like he also mentioned, train, constantly train. And don't be scared of firing anyone that is not going in the same direction with you.
I think you
Don't
need
be
to
scared.
say that again.
Yes, don't be scared of letting go.
Yeah.
Don't even be unapologetic about it. If you think someone is not heading in the same direction with you, part ways with them and find someone that you think might fit in, and then, you know, invest in them.
Thank you so much. Please, I'm not seeing and hearing applause so much. So, Prof, I have a question here, and it says, as a student, I have a tech skill, precisely graphic design. But in this AI era, where AI is taking over, how do I strive and survive and also build myself in the career path? Can he speak? Okay.
Okay. Well, I believe strongly that AI is about programming. I'm not an ICT, I'm not a core ICT person. I'm not a tech person, but I strongly believe that every one of man's systems is driven by man himself. And it's just like God creating us as a system. Let me use this. God creating us as a computer. We, being the computer, are supposed to connect with the maker of the computer, and that is by a spirit. The same thing applies to what is going on. You look at servers. There are times that people check servers, they maintain servers, let me use the word, they watch over servers. Somehow, the things driving the AI programs are human beings. When I tell, let me say, prospective undergraduates in the secondary schools about choosing professions, and I begin to talk about what we call industrial design in FUTA, you talk about graphics, you talk about ceramics, you talk about textiles. And I tell them that before now, we weren't having what you call movies that are everything complete, animation, okay?
Yeah.
But now you can have a complete movie, and I learned that it could be very expensive. Probably more expensive than the ones that we see somebody going to develop muscles and then act after some months. Now, software, they drive those things, and then there is improvement also. So I don't believe that there will be a time, there will be a time that the whole of man's systems, the whole of humanity will be completely self-sustaining, okay, self-sufficient without the input of man. So what you need to do is, how do I come in? I'm into graphic design. What do I do when it comes to interfacing between pure physical manual skills and the AI thing? And that means you need to develop yourself at the level of programming, at the level of software development. I'm into town planning. Sorry, I'm taking time.
Yes, please.
I'm into town planning, and my students, when they come at the end of their second semester or first semester in their final year, they come with apps. They install apps on your phones to help them, to help you to be able to interface with a city they've designed or something they've developed. So they didn't just rely on what I taught them in class or what their lecturers taught them in class. They look for a way to make use of what is happening now, and that is technology. That is software development. They run animation engines for people to see what they have actually designed, because the layman wants to see the practicality of what they've designed. So look for a way to still, stay in the system by interfacing with the raw thing, and then what we call the AI, because AI can never be fully self-sustaining. Thank you.
Without humans, yeah. Okay, yes. Can we please give me a round of applause? So there's a place for self-development. So just keep developing yourself. Go ahead, ma.
Okay, so just to add that, AI may be the in thing now.
Yeah.
But the fact is that your unique creativity,
excellent,
everyone will identify with it.
Excellent.
Let me give an example. Recently, I belong to Society for Adolescents and Young People's Health in Nigeria. I'm one of their executives, and we wanted young people to design the logo for our next conference. And before now, we've been having fantastic entries, but this year was the poorest because people ran to AI. And all the entries, over 50 entries, we could not pick one because it was purely AI. There was no longer creativity. We didn't go with anyone. So when you distinguish yourself, just like he said, develop yourself, keep working on yourself. One day, opportunity will meet with your preparation and preparedness. So keep working. Nobody may be seeing you now, but I assure you, once you maintain that creativity, because we are creative beings. Yeah. God is a creative spirit, if I may put it that way, and we have that spirit in us. So don't jettison your effort and ability to also being creative. Yeah. Don't go to AI, please. Develop yourself and be a master of what you are doing. People will look for you.
Thank you so much, ma. And the question I have here on my hands is also for you. For someone that is passionate about adolescents and teens, someone is saying that she wants to be able to face her fears because she feels that's where God is channeling her abilities to, directing her abilities to teens, and how can she build that? So just in a few seconds, help us with that, because we're rounding off soon, ma.
Start small. Just as
Awesome.
we have heard today, whatever is in your hands, just start small. You don't have to have anything. Let me tell you how I started. I just had an inspiration to go and start a radio program. And, okay, I think I wrote a book before then. And the next thing I did after then, I didn't have a clue that I was going to even have any NGO or whatsoever. So I just listened to instruction. Go and start a radio business. I was doing it. I funded it myself for over 3 months. From there, I moved to social media. And that was just it. And I'll tell you that I've written 6 books now for young people. And I can't tell you the topic of the next one. I just get inspired. Once I see a need around me, I decide to write about it. So that's how it goes. So just start small and obey. And that's why the foundation has to be God. I've been saying this. The foundation has to be God. Because you are a product of your secret place.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in your secret place, there's nothing you are going to give up. If you follow someone else, then you will fizzle out in no time.
Absolutely.
And that's what will keep you when there are challenges. What he was trying to ask the other time. When you have challenges, when you are being properly built in your secret place, then you'll be able to overcome challenges of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. Please tell your neighbor, start where you are. And as we are rounding off, I will need a word okay. Ma. Doctor, yeah, please, sir, can you quickly give us a word? Just a word for someone, just a sentence or a statement before you leave, because he's taking his leave now. Just something for someone here.
Just remember that there's greatness on your inside. Fan it to flames.
Fan it to flame. Thank you so much, sir. And for you, sir, Mr.
I want
Otto.
to tell you that you don't wait for an external force. The force to move you is right within you, and all you just need to do is act.
Awesome, awesome. Can we please give him a round of applause? And Dr. Etunde, we need a word from you.
Life is a journey. Be consistent at that little thing that you are doing now. One day, you will be recognized for it.
One day, you'll be recognized for it. And you too, sir.
Okay, my word is be ready to pray about anything.
Wow.
If you don't know how to tie your shoelace, pray about it. Inspiration will come.
Wow, wow, wow. Tell your neighbor, pray about everything. I think that's a huge reminder.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much. I would like to tell you that you are the number one beneficiary.
Mama, we can't hear you.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I want you to know that you are the number one beneficiary of the outcome of your life. Yes, if they want to say Temitope Momo, they will call your name before they call your parents' name. And then you are the sum total of everything. You are listening to, you are doing to yourself. At the end of the day, this program, organizing it, just like my brother dear said, I went through a lot, but I give God all the glory because I'm doing it for the sake of you. And so my result, my testimony will be that in a couple of years, you are testifying on maybe on CNN and you mention one transformation 5.0, that you got direction there. That will be my greatest joy. We are not doing it for any selfish interest.
Yes,
so whatever you've had today, I want to beg you, please just put it together and begin to move in that direction. If you have listened to all the people that came, you know that for me to have this set of people, it takes a lot.
Thank you so much. Please, can we please keep giving our intellectually stimulating individuals round of applause as they go back to their seats? And I think we should also stand up to say a big thank you. No, that thank you is too shallow. Can we say a big thank you? Transformation 5.0. Move. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you, ma. Thank you. Okay, so I think we need everyone. Yes. Please, sir. Please, Maz. We need to take a yeah. We need to take pictures, please. All our panelists, please be on stage. All our panelists, Reverend Dr. we are waiting for you.
I don't want to know where you came from. I come in the name of Jesus. You know what to use this door, you can use the window. Your place is in the altar door. So take it in. And listen in.
Please, we have one more person coming to join us, please. We have Reverend Dr. Reverend Dr. we are waiting for you, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, everybody remain on your seats for refreshments. Thank you. You should still wait, please. Everybody wait. We are not done. We have a lot of things in stock for you. Can I drop the mic?
Everything that is not of God in your life. Okay. I don't want to know where you came from. I come in the name of Jesus. You know what to use this door, you can use the window. Your place is in the altar door. So take it in. And listen in.
Can we put our hands together once again for our speakers? Thank you so much, DJ. Words will never be enough to express our gratitude to all of our delectable speakers this morning. And just before they move out the door, we would like to award and appreciate our speakers. Please, there is something I want us to do. It's a sign of honor. DJ, please bring it down. Thank you very much. I would like us to echo from the depth of our heart and say thank you so much to all our speakers. Can we do that together? Can we do it one more time? We are so grateful. Thank you so much. So I will hand over the mic now to our convener to award our speakers. Thank you.
Once again, I want to say thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough, especially our resource persons that they have done great justice to today's conference. I want to say thank you, starting from my brother, from my mommy, the same mother. I love you, Pastor, you know. Reverend Dotun, God will honor you. Thank you so much. That's my sister from another mother. She needs no introduction. She's Dr. Yetunde Olagbuji. We've been together for a period of time. We started this journey together, you know. She's so passionate about adolescence like you had, and I was doing the same thing. We just cross one another. And we said, okay, I think Professor Oke was mentioning collaboration. I will spend thousands of naira. She will spend our personal money. We know, since we are doing the same thing, let's come together. Our budget is 700, you bring 350, I'll bring 350. And to the glory of God, we have been doing great and amazing things together. I think I should put all these things in a proper concept so that you will know what we are doing. By the grace of God, everything you saw here today is the help of God. And the few people that believes in this is being a self-sponsored program. That's just the truth. If I should read out our budget, you will not believe it. You will not believe it. And one of the major factors that has been making things so easy for me is seated here today, though I will still refer to him, but let me acknowledge the resource persons. It's been very, very wonderful financially and every other ways, but my husband has been there for me. Before coming to him, let me acknowledge my wonderful brother, and who happened to be a friend to my man. The first time I told him about this event, he was literally asking me, what are the things you want me to do? I was like, Prof, I know you are busy. He asked, he said, what do you want me to do? Even today, it should be somewhere else. And he's here. Prof, I appreciate it, and I'm not taking it for granted. Professor Bayo Emmanuel, thank you so much, sir. And how will I introduce you now? My aburo, but my egbon, academic. My professor, should I kneel down? I want to tell you something. If we cannot overemphasize the word collaboration, my mentor, who happens to be my mother, she has told us these things so many times in person of Bishop Funke Felix Adejimo, Mrs. Mama, some of you know her as FFA. She has taught us that there is power in networking and in collaboration. This event, I can see, is this a successful outing? Please just, thank you. Even me, I'm happy. But we have been able to do so many things by the help of my brother here, and my HOD and my professor, Professor Deji, okay? We collaborated. Thank you. Please, you can do it better. Thank you so much. We collaborated with the Department of Quantity Surveying, and they have done so marvelously, even beyond my expectation. You know, thank you, sir. I cannot say everything here, but you have done beyond my expectation. Thank you. And there's something that I saw that really touched me. We talk about volunteering. There is a young guy, one of your students, we know him to be Jagaban. This guy just came up. Honestly, he has done beyond my imagination. Jagaban, if you are there, can you just wave your hand? Thank you so much. In fact, a lot of insight from him. He will say, Ma, why not let us go this way? Ma. And I want to tell you, before this conference, we had the privilege of meeting with the VC in a full, you tell me, you can bear me witness now. You know, it was a wonderful session. We were with the VC for almost 10, 15 minutes. In fact, she took over this conference. She gave us, she almost preempt everything. You know, I said, Ma, this is a pre-conference meeting. As if I told her everything I was going to say, as if I gave her your paper, sir. As if I gave her, she said everything. I said, Ma, this is a pre-conference session. It was so awesome. So awesome. You see everything, maybe TVC will help us to do justice to you. You will see it on TVC and you see it on our social media. And I looked up and I saw my Professor Emeritus. Please help me to clap for it. It's my wonderful brother. Well, somebody was introducing me. She said she's a quantity surveyor, recognized globally as a Holy Spirit. These are the people that makes me to be recognized as a quantity surveyor. Please don't let Mr. Autumn go. When he was describing the kind of job he got at the time, I told Prof beside me, I said, yes, it's possible. I was there. I got a job with Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority in Lagos, but marriage relocated me. Can you imagine? Say, It was a powerful office. At the beginning of the year, they will tell you tell us, which country do you want to travel to? 2 countries, any country in the world. 2, with every member of your family, and then everything on their accounts. But marriage brought me down to Akure. And when I came, my daughter, I was already behaving like NCAA staff, But when I came, I did not know so many things about quantity surveying again. This my professor here will literally sit me down. Professor Sheyi Awodele will sit me down and you will just, sir, I want to say thank you. I think this is a good time for me to appreciate it. Thank you, sir. And see you this afternoon. Gladys my heart. I love you, daughter. See you. So I'm so happy to see you, Sam. So before, I will not take your time. Before the award, I want to appreciate somebody here. Yoruba people will say there's somebody behind her. This person is behind me. I will tell you the truth. He's a very quiet person. You will not see his face. You will not. But if there is anything I'm doing, it's because there's somebody that is propelling me and is giving me this secret. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. That is in person of Prince Femi Momo, Pastor Femi Momo. Oh Lord! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not taking it for granted. Honestly, I'm not taking it for granted. I'm not. If sometimes I will sleep 3 a.m., he will not say come to. He will still be encouraging me. If I want to do anything, he will just give it a name. It will just, the prompt will push me. He may just say it and go and sit down. But anytime I want to get tired, he just a prompt. We just say something that will begin to fan the flame. So I appreciate it and I say, oh Lord! Are here. They believe in this vision and they'll be supporting me. Thank you, Mrs. Adebose Egina Akinpelumi. My daughter, they are one of them is here. And I have plenty of daughters in the house. I acknowledge and appreciate it. Thank you so much. My church people are here too. Honorable members, I celebrate and I honor you. God bless you. Please, before we go, there is a place of honor as well. We want to honor our resource persons. We don't have, they did not collect money from me because I cannot afford any of them. But the teachers, those who taught us today, maybe this is a good time for me to say what God has been doing through Asor International Initiative. We decided to do something. We have an award for them. And this award is from one of us. I've been in this race for over 2 decades. But the name transformation came 5 years ago. Dr. Olagwiji is here. She can testify to what I'm saying. And this assignment, God has been with us with uncommon testimonies. I have with me IP, that's the Chairman Planning Committee, our spiritual prowess man, Mr. Where's AYDage, that's the project coordinator. Where's logistics, Elijah. Please, I want all of you to come as I'm mentioning your name. Please, where's the media guys? Emmanuel, Jagaban. Do you know why I'm calling these guys? This guy, when we started, when it was not looking like it, is the one that will be following me, recording everything and put it on social media. He read computer engineering, computer science. He served some years back. Please, if you are part of this team, feel free to come out. I can't be mentioning your name. Ade and the rest. You see, but he was doing that, not knowing that that is the job he will do in future. I want to buttress what Pastor Dotun said. Today, he's working in Lagos. I can tell you the guy is doing fine. He is one of the sponsors of this program. He served 2 years ago, right? He served 2 years ago. Do you know everything this guy was doing with me is what he's doing in Lagos now? And he's doing very, very well. This one just graduated your service last year. Is the Chairman Planning Committee of everything you are seeing today. This chairman, just give him that assignment, go and sleep. And he's our spiritual man. He's the one that organized all the prayer meetings. They have been wonderful. Where's Elijah? This person is a tech person. Anything you see on our, just help me out. Anything on our website and the rest is there. You just give him the prompt, you get result. You had my son, I don't need to tell you. And this one, in fact, do I need to introduce her again? You know what? I came to my sister's church. The pastor invited me for ministration. Is it ministration or okay? Because I'm not a pastor. So after the teaching, I just saw in my email that, man, how did you know what I'm going through? Everything you said, you spoke my mind. Please, I want you to be my mentor. Unfortunately, I did not even see the message on time. So I responded. And since then, she has been following. She has been learning, and you can see the results today. So I'm so happy. And for those of you that passed through the red carpet, you saw her. So these are the few people that came today. This guy, in fact, I just want to celebrate him openly. Yeah, bro. Okay. This guy just came in. He volunteered. He just came in. Honestly, he was the one that was telling me that, I know you. You were the one that did this for real. He was telling me that, you are the one that you taught us so do at Yomekun Grammar School, and this guy did marvelously. He influenced the honorable members. He was the one, the security man that he was just telling me what to do. I want to say thank you. Even the visit, it started that we should visit. Please help me to celebrate him. I can't believe it. Everybody will say, this is Mrs. Momo's daughter. She's the one anchoring one of our platforms where we'll teach young people, TM Tribe. She came from Ife. I didn't even know she's around. She came from OA. You don't mind them. They will say they are about Ife. And we don't yeah. She came all the way from Ife. Please help me to celebrate her. God bless you. I'm blessed with all of them and more. I've done this. You can leave. Hold it. I've done this so that you will know that what we are doing, we are not just doing it for fun. We are impacting the society and we are impacting the lives of these ones. Okay. He said we should move closer. So, still in this. Okay. This guy. Okay. Do you want to play the video clip? Okay. This guy, one of them. Maybe I should give him mic to say one or two things. The last time he came to my office, he said,
Forgotten.
Okay. He said, what you told me, I did it. This is my testimony. I was almost crying. Please let me see.
All right. My name is Oluwatobi Isaac. I'm an artist. I'm also a visual storyteller. All right. Mommy is one of the few persons that have really impacted my life a lot. I could remember when I was I'm a Futurian, right? Great Futurian. So I could remember when I was in under level, Mommy was the one that wrote my attestation letter for me. And when I went to her office that day, the counsel she gave me is one of the reasons why I'll be graduating this year as a first-class student. I'm currently on 4.61. I haven't seen this semester, I haven't seen it yet. But the counsel she gave me that day is one of the reasons why I'm excelling academically. I just want to appreciate it. So I was just thinking of what to do to appreciate Mommy, so I curated a video that will be played. All right, video will be played soon. And I did some drawings. I'm an artist. All right, so these are the drawings. All right, we can review them now.
Stand respect for. Let's start with things of God.
Okay, let's start. Yeah.
To have faith. Yes. And you know the environment have a very high value for male child. Yes.
Yes, I actually did a documentary video of Mommy, and I did a drawing of her. So I encapsulated the drawing and the video together. It will be played very soon. I don't know. I think the media guys are working on it already. So this is a drawing of her. And thank you so much, ma'am, for your love and
there was this belief that ladies or girls, we don't have say. I think I do. Do I have anything to say again? Please, do I have anything to say?
Every life carries a story.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Some whispered, some forgotten.
Maybe we should give him like 2 minutes to look at the documentary, please. While we are doing that, we have a word for our resource persons. Let's move it together. Okay, you will give me one by one. What's that? Okay, Pastor Dotun, my son, okay, is here to present these awards to you. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. On behalf of Asor Culture International Initiative, we are saying thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate.
Please, let's keep clapping. Let's keep the applause rolling.
Okay. Thank you so much. On behalf of Asor Culture International Initiative, we say thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kindly release Autumn for us, please. I know it's a privilege for you to have him around, but okay, sir. This guy did it. So he's one of us, one of the Asor Culture team. So we are appreciating you on behalf of Asor International Initiative. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we have representative of Smart here, so we are going to present his own award soon. Daughter, yes, sweetheart, please come. On behalf of my brother, Dr. Smart, he said I should personally apologize for for not showing up. In fact, it was so bad, the way he was feeling at the time. I said, sir, all things work together for good. Because he called me. In fact, I didn't know what we were going to discuss. I said, sweetheart, let us go together. I went there with my husband. And he said, it's even good that you came with your husband. And I told you, he told me rather that it's beyond his control. You have to receive it on his behalf. Okay? So, please bear with my doctor. But I believe you enjoyed the teaching. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now we'll be running the documentary. Kindly help us to play the documentary as we are taking our refreshment. I believe you are getting your refreshment.
Eating to be seen.
Please, can we please take a little time as we take our affirmation session and round off. So please, let's rise on our feet. I respectfully request that we rise on our feet.
I was privileged
Media, please, can we hold on a bit?
Whose life inspires me a lot.
Thank you very much. So with all the energy that you can muster, I know we are tired. Some of us are stretching. It's been a long day. Well done, guys. So we're going to have our affirmation session. I would read out the words and you would repeat after me. Futa, are we ready? All right. I refuse to remain where I was yesterday. It can be louder, please. I refuse to remain where I was yesterday. I carry vision, courage, and unstoppable purpose. I choose action over excuses and excellence over average. Every challenge I face is preparing me for greater impact. Now I want that to sing, so repeat it. Every challenge I face is preparing me for greater impact. My voice matters. My gift matters. And my future is bright. Say it like you believe it. My future is bright. I will lead with integrity, serve with passion, and influence my generation. I am transforming my life. I want you to put your hands on your chest while you say that. I am transforming my life, my community, and my world. The future is not waiting for me. So I'm moving. I'm moving. Can we shout it louder? I'm moving. Put your hands together for yourself. It is so amazing. Welcome, and let's be seated as we watch the documentary. Thank you very much.
What's your reason? Tell me your reason. What's your reason? Tell me your reason.
And that's peace from my life experiences.
I grew up in a very humble environment, but with a high sense of value for life.
I know we're pressed for time, but please, you can join us for the cutting of the cake for this conference. You've started, and we appreciate that you cut the cake alongside with us. Thank you very much.
Hello, please, if you are still around, we want to cut the cake. Our resource persons who are still around, we want to cut the cake. Sweetheart.
Please join us as we cut the cake in celebration of the success of this event.
Dr. Taiwo.
We'd like to invite all of our resource persons who are still around to please join us as we cut the cake for the success of this event. Very much. So we're gonna spell the word move as we cut this beautiful cake. Isn't the cake so beautiful? All right, so we're gonna spell the word move as we cut the cake. Are we ready? Let's say together: hem, ho, v, e, and we say together: move. Put your hands together. Thank you very much. God bless you. Your mercy. For you to see him now, talk to him. He brought him because of you. See him, talk to him, ask questions, get his contact. So I brought him for you for free. For you to have him around, please.
When I think about the things that you've done, my imagination has come to reality. Oh my
just wanna thank you. How could I ever repay? Oh, Jesus is taking the pains away from me, and you're giving me victory.